Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. We turn this time to a classic melodrama, an incredible chiller. I say incredible because it was written by a 19th century lady who seldom left her house. I speak, of course, of Charlotte Bronte, most famous of the three literary sisters whose strange brother, Patrick Branwell, was the prototype for some of the men in their novels. The day of the governess is past, but she was quite a fixture in the days when opulent mansions housed the wealthy, with a housekeeper and staff of servants who sometimes shared dark secrets.
What's the matter with you this morning, Miss Jane? You look peaked.
Another one of those terrible nightmares, Mrs. Fairfax.
Such things are omens. My dead husband has been rising from his grave to tell me no good will come to this house.
This house is the happiest home I have ever known.
Then why do you dream of death and destruction?
It must have been the storm. The moors were wild with thunder and lightning.
I'm begging you, Miss Jane. Get away from here. Leave Mr. Rochester and Thornfield Hall alone before it's too late.
Our mystery drama, Jane Eyre, has been adapted from the Charlotte Bronte classic especially for the Mystery Theater by Elizabeth Pennell and stars Patricia Elliott and Arnold Moss. It is sponsored in part by Contact, the 12-hour cold capsule, and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Now to meet our Victorian heroine. Jane Eyre has been hired as a teacher with one pupil in a mansion which dominates a remote English countryside. A setting much like that where the Bronte sisters lived and dreamed of adventure. As we begin, Jane has volunteered to post a letter for the housekeeper. The nearest village is 2 miles away, but she welcomes the opportunity to walk by herself across the moor. It is a January afternoon, and the ground is hard, the air still, and the road lonely. At the top of the hill, Jane pauses to enjoy the view. And suddenly, she is not alone.
First the dog, and then a man on horseback, galloping furiously. I had not noticed the icy patch on the road, nor had the rider, until too late. With a slithering crash, horse and rider went down.
Oh, what the deuce?
Are you injured, sir?
I'm not sure.
Let me help you.
Oh, stand on one side.
But you're hurt. I'll go for help.
No. I don't seem to have any broken bones, only this confounded ankle.
You can't stay here on this lonely road if you're unable to mount your horse.
Where do you come from?
Just below.
That house with the battlements?
Yes, sir.
Well, whose house is it?
Mr. Rochester's.
Do you know Mr. Rochester?
I have never seen him.
Well, who the devil are you?
I am the governess.
I see. Well, if you're not afraid, grab hold of my horse's bridle. Lead him over here to me.
I know little of horses.
Now, come here. Let me lean on you. That will do. Now hand me my whip. Thank you. Come along, pilots.
He rode off, and I continued down the road to the village by myself, wondering about this gruff stranger. For me, it had been quite an adventure, so I took my time getting back to the house. When I reached it, the housekeeper was in the entranceway.
Pilot, hush up.
Mrs. Fairfax, that dog.
Yes, he came with his master.
With whom?
Mr. Rochester. He arrived shortly after you went to post the letter.
That couldn't have been.
Mr. Rochester has had an accident. His horse fell. His ankle is sprained.
Did he ask about me?
Miss Eyre, I have not yet had a chance to tell him about you. The surgeon has been sent for.
Next day, I was summoned by Mrs. Fairfax to be presented to the master of the house. He was unmistakably the same dour personage I had already encountered.
Sit down, Miss Eyre. I've examined Adele and find you've taken great pains with her.
She is a pleasant child.
I understand you've lived in my house for the past 3 months. And you came from...
From Lowood School.
Ah, yes. A charitable institution and a grim one, from all I've heard. How long were you there?
8 years.
You must have a sturdy constitution.
I welcomed the opportunity to get away.
No doubt. Who are your parents?
I have none.
Or ever had, I suppose?
I don't remember them. I was left as an orphan with an aunt who hated me. The Lowood School was a joy compared to her house.
Any other relatives?
I've heard of an uncle on my father's side, but I doubt if he knows I exist. He lives in Madeira.
Who recommended that you come here?
I advertised, and Mrs. Fairfax answered my advertisement.
You have no friends, I presume.
None but the pupils and teachers of Lowood. And now, those of you at Thornfield.
You've lived the life of a nun. But I must say it has not broken your spirit. How old are you?
18.
Old enough for some accomplishments. I saw some sketches in the schoolroom. Are there others?
I have a portfolio.
Send it to my room. And now I'm tired. You may go.
It's true that I do not frighten easily, and I was content as the days went by to be left with my pupil or to wander alone through that enormous house. One day, I climbed through a trapdoor onto the roof. Oh, a fine place for sketching. As I started down the third-floor staircase, this dreadful sound sent me running. Mrs. Fairfax! Mrs. Fairfax!
Yes, my dear.
I didn't know there was anyone upstairs.
Why, there's not. That wing of the house is quite empty.
But I heard someone laughing. Oh, such a terrible laugh.
Oh, that. It must be Grace Poole.
Grace Poole?
One of the servants. She acts quite unbalanced at times. But where have you been? Mr. Rochester wants to see you.
I found him seated by the fire, and as the light played over his stern features, his dark eyes had a softness out of keeping with his manner. He caught me off guard.
You examine me, Miss Eyre. Do you think me handsome?
No, sir.
What faults do you find with me?
Mr. Rochester, I shouldn't have answered that way.
Don't criticize me. Go ahead. Does my forehead not please you? Do you think I'm a fool?
Far from it.
Well, you look puzzled. And a puzzled air keeps those searching eyes from studying my face. I'm feeling gregarious and communicative tonight. Talk to me.
I have nothing to say.
Well, then I'll make you say something. From your point of view, I'm sure I'd be judged a sinner.
I do not make judgments.
Oh, you would if you knew how I've wasted all my years.
Why do you regret the past when there's a future to look forward to?
I look forward to nothing but misery.
But you have Adele and...
Indeed. I rue the day I became encumbered with that brat.
Well, then why did you make her your ward?
I'm a victim of circumstance. Children annoy me. Well, I told you I feel talkative. Wouldn't you like to know something about Adele?
If you wish to tell me. The child has no more memory of her parents than I do of mine.
My mother was a dancer. I found her in Paris, a glorious creature with whom I fell madly in love. She played me for a fool from the beginning, taking my money, giving a heart to a handsome devil of an army officer by whom she had a child, and claimed the child was mine. Well, does that shock you, Miss Eyre?
No. But if the child was not yours, why do you feel responsible?
Because the infant was abandoned.
Which proves that you are a man of compassion.
Perhaps. But I have no feeling for that girl. The less I see of her, the better. And if you don't like my attitude, you're not compelled to stay here.
Oh, now you have shocked me. Adele is a lonely little orphan, forsaken by her mother and disowned by you. Already she leans on me as a friend, and I will do my best to comfort her. I stayed out of his way after that, hoping he would soon be leaving. Then one night, I was awakened. That terrible sound again, followed by a moan which came from just outside my door. With shaking hands, I put on my robe, opened the bedroom door, and... Who's there? Who is there? In the far distance, someone was climbing the stairs. And very faintly, a door closed. At my feet, on the matting of the floor, a candle burned in a low candlestick. I picked it up and walked along the corridor, drawn by the strong smell of smoke. A door, usually closed tight, was ajar. Mr. Rochester's bedroom, and the smoke was coming from there, billowing out and getting thicker. Mr. Rochester! Mr. Rochester! Wake up! The draperies at the head of his bed were on fire. I grabbed a pitcher from the washstand and...
What the devil?
A fire, sir. Get up quickly.
In the name of all the elves in Christendom, is that Jane Eyre? What have you done with me?
Your bed was on fire.
But what brought you to my bedroom?
There was someone in the hallway. Someone who cried out and then went upstairs.
I see. You said you saw no one but heard a cry.
Yes, I thought it must be that race pool.
Exactly so. The unfortunate woman has nightmares.
I was relieved to learn next day that Mr. Rochester had taken off on one of his journeys. But when he returned, I saw quite a different side of his complex personality.
Oh, Miss Jane, it's nice to have music and laughter in the house.
I thought I heard singing last night. There are ladies staying here?
Mr. Rochester has brought several guests. There's Mr. Mason, Mrs. Eshton and her daughters, and I wish you could catch a glimpse of Lady Blanche Ingram.
What is she like?
A great beauty. What a fine couple they make. I'm hoping that what I've heard may be true.
And what is that?
That they will be married. Oh, Lady Blanche is years younger than Mr. Rochester, but so gay and charming. I tell you, life will be very different at Thornfield Hall.
What has come over me? As I lay in bed, my heart is filled with a great longing. Severely, I say to myself, tomorrow, Jane Eyre, look in the mirror and draw your own picture faithfully without softening one defect. Omit no harsh line and write under it, portrait of a governess, disconnected, poor, and plain. In due course, I was introduced to the ladies who ignored me and Adele so completely that it was easy to stay out of their way. Then one night, as I sat alone in my room, there was such a commotion that I opened the door. Mr. Mason needs help!
Rochester! Rochester, for heaven's sake, come back to your rooms, all of you! Except for you, Jane Eyre.
What's happened?
I need you. Come this way, take my hand. It's dark going up the stairs.
But, Mr. Rochester...
I trust you don't turn sick at the sight of blood.
I hope not, although I've never been tested.
Steady now. Through this doorway.
Could this be the disturbing Grace Pool at last? But I caught only the sight of a receding form, a woman in a gray sweater and long black dress. Our attention was focused on the bed, where the guest, Mr. Mason, lay with blood streaming from a gash on his head.
Quickly, Jane, hold that basin while I sponge his wounds.
She's a fiend incarnate. I won't live through the night.
Nonsense, man, nonsense. You've nothing but scratches.
She stabbed me. Barely missed my jugular vein. I'm bleeding to death.
Courage, Richard. You'll survive.
But my arm. She sank her teeth into it.
We'll get the doctor as soon as we can. Just be calm.
Calm? She sucked my blood and said she would drain my heart.
Surely after this murderous attack, Grace Poole would be removed from the household. But weeks later, I saw the retreating form of the woman in gray and black starting up the attic stairs, only while she was still on the stairway, from overhead, I heard...
How's that for a chilling turn of events? The upper floors of Thornfield Hall appear to be occupied by demons, not the least of which is the murderous Grace Poole. Why would such a servant be left to roam the corridors? And what brings on a laugh which now seems to be disembodied? I assure you that more harrowing developments lie ahead. I'll be back shortly with Act 2. The unfortunate Mr. Mason apparently made a quick recovery. In any event, the guests all departed as suddenly as they had come. And so did Mr. Rochester. I don't think I'd like to spend a night at Thornfield Hall, much less be confined there without knowing what was going on. But Jane Eyre was used to being rebuffed when she asked questions. And in spite of her strange environment, she had never enjoyed such a life of ease. Her pupil, though not especially bright, was eager to learn. And Jane spent the rest of the time with her sketchpad and books in the library.
Mr. Rochester has come home, Miss Jane. Oh, and it's all working out just the way I hoped it would. He is planning to marry.
Will they be living here?
Well, he can answer that himself. He has asked to see you out in the garden.
Thornfield is a pleasant place in summer, isn't it, Jane?
Oh, yes, sir.
You've made yourself quite at home here. I assume you're somewhat attached to this house.
Indeed, I am.
And although I can't understand why you seem to have acquired a certain regard for that foolish child Adele and even for simple Dame Fairfax.
In different ways, I have affection for them both.
And you would be sorry to part with them?
Yes.
Pity. But that's the way it is. The time always comes when one must move on.
But, sir, I'm very happy here.
Yeah, well, that's the extraordinary thing. It'll make parting more difficult.
You mean I must leave Thornfield?
I'm sorry, but you're dismissed as of tonight.
Is it because you are going to be married?
Exactly so.
Soon, sir?
Very soon.
But what about Adele?
I'll send her away to school, and you must get a new situation.
I will advertise immediately. But in the meantime, may I stay on until I have somewhere else to go?
I hope to be a bridegroom in about a month. But I'll find employment for you. In fact, my would-be mother-in-law has already heard of a place where they need a governess in Ireland.
That's a long way off, sir.
From what?
From England and from Thornfield and...
Well?
From you, sir.
Very interesting that you should say that, Jane. Because when we're alone as we are now, and I'm close to you, I have a queer feeling that I would miss you very much if you should go away.
You will forget me very quickly.
You spoke to me once of the future. What do you look forward to?
Oh, I suppose in my hopeless dreams, I fancy myself as a mistress of my own school for girls.
Oh, Jane. Behind that prim facade, you're fire and ice. You mustn't...
Please, don't talk that way, sir. I wish you happiness in the course you have taken for your future.
What course?
Why, with the beautiful Miss Ingram, your bride.
I have no bride.
But you will have.
Oh, yes, I will, and she is standing now right beside me.
Mr. Rochester, please, let me go.
I am offering you my hand, my heart, as a share of all my possessions.
You are making a fool of me, and my only answer is to laugh in your face.
I ask you to pass through life at my side, to be my second self and best companion.
You have already made your choice, and I can take no more cruelty.
Jane, I have no feeling for the beautiful Blanche no more than she has for me. Our affair is over. I came back to Thornfield to entreat you to accept me as a husband.
If your feelings for me are real, I will be grateful and devoted.
Grateful? Say it quickly. Say you'll marry me.
Mr. Rochester, if you are sincere...
Edward. My name is Edward. If you need an oath, I swear that I love you.
Then, sir, I will marry you.
That's not the way to accept my offer.
Dear Edward. Everything had changed. I was no longer plain Jane Eyre. Of course, I had known from the first moment that Edward Rochester was a man above all others. But in my wildest dreams, I had never dared hope I could be the object of that affectionate heart he tried so hard to keep buried. I still felt insignificant and blushed when he offered to buy me a trousseau and talked about jewels.
And a diamond necklace for my lady?
Oh, no, sir, please, I can't accept
But
it.
you're soon to be Jane Rochester, and that calls for finery for my beauty.
Oh, please, Mr. Rochester.
Who?
Edward. Don't call me things I am not. I am your plain, Quakerish governess.
You have beauty after my own heart, delicate, ethereal.
Puny and insignificant, you mean? You are dreaming, or else... Oh, for pity's sake, don't sneer at me.
I will dress my Jane in satin and lace. And for her wedding, her head shall be covered with a priceless veil.
I was in a world of utter bliss until what you and Mr. Rochester are about to do is wrong. We love one another. He is old enough to be your father. He's nothing like a father. And he looks so young.
You know nothing of men. And no good can come from a union with a gentleman of his station and a lowly governess.
I thought, Mrs. Fairfax, that you and I were friends.
Miss Jane, you must leave Thornfield Hall before it's too late.
But my Edward was more loving than ever, and I could put up with anything until...
Dearest Jane, last night you were so radiant. Now, what's happened on your wedding day to make you look so pale?
Last night, the most terrible nightmare of them all.
My dearest Jane, you're nervous, that's natural. But soon your mind will be at ease.
Only this time it was more than a nightmare. Something happened.
Well, then tell me about it, although that little head of yours is apt to conjure up all sorts of things.
But this was real. I knew that my door had opened, and a woman was standing in my bedroom. She held a candle and examined my wedding dress.
Well, it must have been that stupid Mrs. Fairfax.
No, not Mrs. Fairfax. A large woman with thick hair hanging down her back in a white gown, or a sheet that looked like a shroud.
Did you see her face?
Not at first. Then she moved stealthily toward me, and the candlelight caught her features. Oh, hideous, savage, like a vampire. And as she leaned over me, I would have screamed in terror, except no sound would come. She blew out the flame and glided from the room.
A most unsettling dream. But after tonight, Jane, you'll have no more, I assure you.
But that's not all, sir.
Well, surely you didn't attempt to go after her.
I was so frightened, I believe I fainted. But when I woke, it was light. And oh, Mr. Rochester, my beautiful veil. It had been torn to shreds.
My poor Jane.
Oh, you see, sir, it wasn't a dream.
No, I suspect the vindictive Grace Poole.
Mrs. Fairfax would say it is an omen.
You and I, Jane, know how to dispense with omens. And soon we will be far away from here. I'll take you to Spain. We'll tour the world. Come, my dear. This is the happiest day of our lives.
If either of you know any impediment why ye may not lawfully be joined together in matrimony, ye do now confess it.
Stop this mockery of a wedding!
Mason, how dare you?
I might say the same to you, sir.
Go on with the ceremony.
It cannot take place.
Pay no attention to this intruder. Go on, I say.
Let Mr. Mason speak.
This marriage is unlawful. It must not be consummated.
Why, Mr. Mason?
Because Mr. Rochester is already married. He has a wife.
Miss Jane, I warned you. I was trying to keep you from...
You should have told the girl.
Leave my innocent Jane out of this.
How can I?
Mason, I should knock your block off.
You won't touch me, and you know it. I'm convinced the girl knows nothing, and I've already been in touch with her uncle.
What do you know of my uncle?
I made inquiries through my solicitor, and I've seen your uncle in Madeira.
You've seen him? Then why hasn't he written to me?
He's very ill. But thank heaven he sent me back here in time to stop the wedding.
Mr. Mason, at the chapel you accused Mr. Rochester of being...
He was prepared to become a bigamist.
He's right, Miss Jane.
Oh, please, I don't understand.
I thought she might be dead. But I found out last April that she was alive, all right.
Who, Mr. Mason?
My sister Bertha. Mr. Rochester's wife.
No, this can't be.
It's true, Jane. If you can call such perversity the truth.
But, Mr. Rochester, you cannot be married.
Bertha Mason is mad, and she came of a mad family.
There may be something in what you say. Yet the law decrees that an incompetent wife must be protected.
The law? For 15 years, I've done my duty. And for 12 years, she's been no wife to me.
Yet the bonds of marriage are sacred.
I would move heaven and earth to keep my treasured Jane from learning how low one can sink in deprivation. But now her eyes must be opened.
Mr. Rochester...
Lead the way, Mrs. Fairfax. Miss Jane must see for herself what has for so long been hidden on the 3rd floor of Thornfield Hall.
Grace Poole, unlock the door.
Go in first, Mason. Sometimes she responds to you.
What if she responds the way she did last time?
Go on, you coward. She's with her nurse.
Watch her, Grace. She's not to be trusted. Oh, it is. That's the woman who came to my room last night. Oh, can she be a human creature?
Careful, miss. She sees you. Wait until Mrs. Poole has her cornered. She is so cunning.
We'd better leave. I know how dangerous she can be.
And that, Jane Eyre, is what they call my wife.
Now we know the secret of that ghostly 3rd floor of Thornfield Hall. Picture, if you will, the scene Jane Eyre was forced to witness. The door was unlocked by the stolid Grace Poole, a somber matron, gray and black. But behind her, groveling on all fours, a wild creature with long hair hanging over her face, like some fearful beast of the jungle. We will mercifully close the door before continuing presently with Act 3. After the devastating events on what was to have been her wedding day, Jane Eyre said not a word, but went directly to her room. Mr. Mason made a sudden departure, and Mrs. Fairfax went about her duties as though nothing had happened. No one came to comfort the heartbroken Jane. And Rochester? He sat on a chair outside Jane's door while the hours passed in deathly silence.
I've been waiting here since yesterday.
And what, may I ask, are you waiting for?
For your tears. Grief and anger cannot be bottled up without destroying the soul.
I am way beyond tears.
And so am I, my dear. Remorse is the poison of life. Berate me. Tell me what you think of me now.
I feel nothing but sorrow for you and that creature up there.
But you have not heard my story. Nothing has been real in my life until I met you.
And now you would make me the victim.
No, never, Jane, never. This time there was to be a future for both of us.
How can you say that
When I was in my 20s, my father sent me to Jamaica. His business was not going well. And he and my brother made a deal with importers named Mason.
A deal for you to marry?
Well, I didn't know that was part of the contract. No one told me that £30,000 was paid for their daughter to marry an Englishman.
But you saw her, you must...
All I saw was an untamed island girl who charmed me with her caresses.
How could you?
She was a handsome woman then, Jane. Now, how was I to know that If it were not for me, she would be sent to the asylum where her mother was, or locked up in prison for some of these things that she had done.
But you lived with her.
Yes, I spent 4 years of hell trying to get medical help, but our case was hopeless. And when my brother and father died, I was left with Thornfield Hall and no one outside this house, except the doctor and Richard Mason, knew of her existence.
And that's why you're seldom here.
I cannot stand the solitude. Nothing has had any meaning, nothing, until you came, Jane.
And now I must leave you.
No, you can't. I'll take you anywhere you want to go. Do anything you say.
Then let me go in peace. I left Thornfield Hall in the dark of night and can scarce remember how I stumbled over the moor until I reached the village. It was almost dawn when I found a sleepy man with a carriage. I showed him what money I had and asked him to take me as far as it would go. He put me off at Whitcross. You want a room at this hour of the morning? No. I'm looking for employment. No one needed here. Do you know any place in the neighborhood where a servant is needed? I can't say, but I doubt it. What do most people do in this place? Some are farm laborers. Some work at the needle factory and the foundry. Do they employ women? Nay, it's men's work. But then what do the women do? We're poor folk, Mum. And poor folk get along as best they can. Where can I get some food? Well, bed and board right on the premises if you can pay the price. But I can't. Well, then it's off with you. But where can I go? There's the Reverend Rivers out at Moorhouse. How do I get there? Take the road going that way, but it's a long walk. The walk was endless, and a storm had come up. I pulled my thin coat around me. It was soaked to the skin. At last, a prison-like structure rose through the mist, and before I could reach the knocker, I collapsed on the doorstep.
Well, young lady, you finally come around.
This is Moorhouse?
Yes, and I'm St. John Rivers. And now you must tell me your name and how I can get in touch with your family.
My name is Jane Eyre, but I have no family.
No relatives at all?
An uncle. If you will give me pen and paper, I will write to him.
Where does he live?
In Madeira.
Ooh, that's far away. Give me the name of someone nearby who can come and fetch you.
There's no one. Please, Mr. Rivers, you must help me. Although my heart was heavy, good fortune came my way.
Miss Eyre, you've been of such help at the mission. I don't know how we could have got along without you these past months.
And I'm happy to tell you, sir, that I now have a way to repay your kindness.
Oh, it's been repaid many times over.
No, I've heard from my uncle's executor. I'm soon to inherit what seems to be a vast sum of money.
Well, I'm happy for you, although I hope this does not mean that you'll be leaving us.
I want to share my inheritance with the mission. And then, what I've always wanted, my own girls' school. For the first time in my life, I could make a choice, free to do what I wanted. But more than ever, I was troubled by my dreams. This time of a stern face with tender eyes, a rough yet gentle man who haunted my days and nights. His voice became more insistent. I heard it everywhere. Jane! Edward Rochester needed me, and no matter what the consequences, I must return to Thornfield Hall.
May I help you?
Do you know Thornfield Hall?
Oh, yes, I lived there.
Did you?
Oh, I was the late Mr. Rochester's butler.
The late? Is he dead?
Oh, I mean the present gentleman's, Mr. Edwards' father.
Is Mr. Edward Rochester staying now at Thornfield Hall?
Oh, no, Mum. How could he be? The place is a total ruin.
Well, where is he then? I must see him.
Oh, you're a stranger here. You don't know what's happened.
Tell me, please.
Well, you see, when old Mr. Rochester died, I was sent to work at Ferndale. And I was only called back to the hall after some curious events had taken place.
Go on.
Well, there was this little snip of a governess who started the whole thing.
What are you talking about?
She deserted Mr. Rochester, you see, when he needed her most. Poor, lonely man that he was. When Mr. Rochester's ward was sent off to school and Mrs. Fairfax went to live with her sister, I was called back to look after Mr. Rochester.
Please, man, where is Mr. Rochester?
I like to tell things the way they should be told, straight through from beginning to end. Except for those two on the third floor there. Well, there was just me and Mr. Rochester in that big house. And it was the middle of the night.
I won't need anything more, John. Why don't you go to bed?
I should think you do the same, sir. But if you're going to stay here, let me build up the fire.
No. I'd rather stare into the coals. I'll go to bed when I feel that sleep will come.
Oh, I could fix you a hot drink.
No, nothing. Thank you.
Oh, good night then, sir.
What's the matter with you? Are you catching cold?
No. It's Mr. Rochester. There's smoke pouring down from the upper story.
We'll close the door. We'll break the window and take the outside stairway to the second floor.
The left wing of the house is on fire.
Where is Grace Poole?
Fast asleep, I imagine. Sometimes she takes a drop too much.
That's what I'm afraid of. And when Bertha gets loose, anything can happen.
Look, sir. Up there on the roof. Mrs. Rochester.
Good Lord.
Bertha! Oh, she'll be consumed by the flames.
Get to her.
Oh, you can't, sir. Pitiful as it is, there's nothing you can do.
I must try.
Bertha! Sir, let her go! Bertha! She's jumped! Mr. Rochester, look out, sir!
He tried to reach her.
Oh, he tried, but it was no use.
She was dead.
As dead as the stones on the courtyard where a broken body lay. But it was Mr. Rochester I worried about.
He was injured?
Caught under a falling beam.
Oh, you assured me he is alive.
Oh, yes. He is alive. But many think he'd best be dead.
But where is he? Is Mr. Rochester in England?
Aye, he's in England. He's not able to go much of anywhere now.
He was hurt that badly in the fire.
Oh, Mr. Rochester is completely blind.
I will pay you well to take me to this place where Mr. Rochester is staying.
Friendin, oh, I don't mind driving there. My sister works for Mr. Rochester, but, I doubt that he'll let anyone in the house.
You must persuade your sister to let me see him. Ask your sister to give me the tray. I will take it to Mr. Rochester.
Oh, I hope we're not doing wrong by letting you into his house. Well, if he orders you out, I'll drive you back to the inn.
Quiet, be quiet. What makes you so excited? Mary, is that you?
Mary is in the kitchen.
Who is that?
Pilot knows me.
But don't take advantage of these sightless eyes. That voice... Can't be. Speak again.
You called me, and I have found you.
Give me your hand. Oh, there's no mistake. Jane Eyre.
It is, sir.
Am I hideous, Jane?
Yes, Mr. Rochester. But then you always were, you know.
That's my spirited girl. Great heaven, Jane, how I've missed you. I gave up searching. Where have you been?
It's a long story, sir.
So you have found your independence. Would that I had found mine.
It is not what I expected.
Your own school, or off to India with your missionary. Which will you do?
Why, neither, sir. If you will let me stay and nurse you.
Oh, Jane, a nurse could never bind my wounds. What I need, I can no longer ask of my one true love.
Try me.
Not only these sightless eyes, but also this stump of a hand. The fire was her revenge, Jane.
No more talking about the past.
In spite of my infirmities, I don't need a nurse. I want a wife.
Ask me one more time, Mr. Rochester.
Edward, Jane, Edward. Our roles have changed, and you are now my master.
We are two sides of the same coin, Mr. Rochester, and no one can split it in two.
Perhaps it seems unreasonable that everything worked out so well for such a pair. But that's the way Miss Bronte wrote the story. Along with a number of coincidences we have not had the time to report. At the very end, Charlotte Bronte tells us that Rochester regained the sight of one eye, and that he and Jane lived happily ever after. I'll be back shortly. The Gothic novel was very popular in the 19th century, and it's back in style today. Women writers are still leading the field, just as they did in the Brontes' day. There seems to be renewed interest in ghostly mansions, orphan girls, and bold men, both dashing heroes and those with evil intent. I hope you agree that such fare makes good listening. Our cast included Patricia Elliott, Arnold Moss, Lloyd Batista, and Anne Petoniak. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Each of us has, I believe, a sense of honor. Though we don't talk about it, or perhaps even know we have it, yet we know or feel that there are certain things we simply would not do, would not say, would not permit ourselves even to think or feel. Things that would devalue us in our own eyes, cheapen us, degrade us, make us less worthy of respect even, and perhaps, most of all, self-respect, which is, I think, our most cherished possession. Such is the nature of the thing called honor.
Such a lovely day it was. The bluest of blue skies, little shreds of pure white clouds, a pair of cardinals wooing each other in the big elm tree. It seemed there had never been such a day. And I felt triple smug as I contemplated the tea I'd set out for us. Tiny sandwiches, cucumber, watercress, and pastries so light and fragile they melted in your mouth. I sat back and looked at the others, enjoying themselves. My husband, Arthur, my son, Paul, and his fiancée, the lovely blonde Enid.
What a day! What a day!
Precisely what I was thinking. What a day.
I hereby nominate this day for Day of the Year. All in favor?
Aye.
There never was such a day.
Exactly what I was thinking, my exact words.
You two do that often.
Do what?
Think the same thing at the same moment. The same words.
Well, come to think of it, we do.
Oh, wait till you and Paul have been married for 30 years. You'll see. It's one of the rewards of marriage.
Offsets the penalties.
Arthur, really?
Oh, only teasing, my dear, only teasing.
All the same, we agree. It's a great day.
A perfect day.
There'll never be another one like it.
Now, you're not going to believe me, but that's what I was thinking at that very instant in those very words. I mean it. It's true.
Enough about this day. What about the big day 2 weeks from now? What about that day?
Oh, yes, the day of the Braithwaite Award.
Oh, that.
What do you mean, oh, that? That is a very big thing, a great honor.
I know. I was just rehearsing being modest. As befits a great man such as myself, or as I shall be once I've received the Braithwaite. I expect all of you to let me go through doors first, give me the best part of the steak, address me as Sir in low, hushed tone.
Rise and bow as you enter the room.
I know how to curtsy. I learned years ago in dancing school. I never knew it would come in handy, but now...
How would it be if we all just agreed to be silent while you talk?
I think that would about cover everything. Forget all the other tokens of respect. Just let me do the talking. And I promise not to quote from my own books.
Oh, that's asking too much.
What else would you quote from, Professor?
Shakespeare, Homer, Plato, Pliny the Elder, Pliny the Younger, all those fellas.
David Meyer?
Oh, of course, David Meyer.
David Meyer? Who's David Meyer?
Winner of the Braithwaite Prize last year.
And Arthur's best friend.
He'll be the one to present Father with the prize.
How nice.
Yes, isn't it?
Oh, it's exciting.
Of course, there's another exciting day coming up. Shortly after.
Why, whatever do you mean, Paul?
The wedding, of course.
Oh, yes, the wedding.
You sure you want to tie yourself to this young man, Enid?
Positive.
Risky business.
Now, Arthur.
Marriage is full of pitfalls, hidden risks.
Look who's talking, the perfect husband with a perfect wife.
Enid, if Paul gives you any trouble, at any time, I want you to promise me one thing.
And what's that, Professor?
You'll come to me.
Well, all right.
Personally, I think she should come to me.
Well, you're the last person
Now,
to.
listen, there isn't going to be any trouble. They're both young and beautiful, and they're going to get married and live happily ever after.
There's always trouble.
Oh, you know what? It's getting chilly.
Always.
Why don't we go inside?
Of one sort or another.
Oh, Arthur, stop mumbling. We're going inside.
Let me help you with the tea thing.
Oh, thank you, dear. We'll just pile everything on this tray. Come on, Arthur. We're all going inside.
You go ahead.
You're not coming?
Soon. I'll join you in a minute or two.
Oh, Enid, let Paul carry the tray. It's too heavy for you.
You sure you want to stay out here, Father?
It's really getting a little chilly, Professor.
Hardly any sun left at all.
It's the blue hour. The most beautiful time of the day.
The blue hour? Is that what it's called?
Yes, the hour before the light fades.
Yes. Everything is blue, isn't it? Even the air is blue.
And the day is going to end, but it's waiting, putting it off, hesitating, giving us one last chance to see all the lovely things before they vanish.
Well, beautiful as it is, I'm beginning to feel a chill.
So am I. Let's go in.
Arthur, you sure?
I'll join you presently, when the blue hour has ended.
Oh, Enid and I piled into the house. We took the tea things to the kitchen and washed them. Then we went into the library, lit a little fire in the coal grate, and talked about plans for the wedding. Then Paul said he was going to take a nap before dinner. Enid had some notes to write, she said. And I, looking out the window that faced the lawn, saw that it was nearly dark. Not blue anymore, but fading to gray. And I thought with the start of my husband. He'd been out there for nearly an hour. Reproaching myself, I hurried outside. And there he was, just as I'd left him. Arthur, What's got into you? It's been almost an hour. I'd have brought you a sweater if I had any idea you were going to stay out this long. Really? At your age, you should know better. Now, come along. There's a fire in the fireplace. You can warm yourself. Arthur? Did you hear me? It's getting dark. Arthur? Are you all right? For heaven's sake, say something. Say something.
Help me.
What? What did you say?
Help me.
What do you mean, help you? With what?
Help me, Emma.
What do you mean? You help you to get up? Are you in pain?
Pain.
Where does it hurt?
All around me.
What do you mean? How can it hurt all around you?
Strange. I feel strange.
Strange? What does that mean?
Just strange.
All right, I'm going to call a doctor.
No. Don't do that.
Arthur, I can't let you sit there. Let me call a doctor. That nice one that lives down the road.
No, doctor. No.
Why not? For heaven's sake, why not?
God. Yeah. I wouldn't know what to say to him.
You don't have to worry about that. He'll look you over
He won't find anything.
Arthur, my dearest, what is it? Tell me. Tell me. What is it?
I don't know.
But you must know. Now, you think. You think.
I can't.
You mean you can't think?
It just happened.
What? What happened?
I don't know. It just happened.
Now, sweetheart, listen. We were all sitting here having such a good time. Paul and Edith and you and I.
We were. Were we?
You certainly remember that.
I think I do.
You think you do? It was only an hour ago.
Is that all it was?
Then we went into the house and we left you out here because you said you wanted to watch the Blue Hour. You remember saying that, don't you?
Somebody said that.
You said it. You said it was the most beautiful time of day.
I guess I did. I guess I did say that. But that was before.
Before what?
Before the terror descended.
I don't know how I got him into the house and up to his room, but with coaxing and begging and threatening, I did. Otherwise, I firmly believe that he would have sat there staring into the approaching dark forever. I did the only thing I could think of under the circumstances. Every time I entreated him to let me call a doctor, he stared at me with an agonized expression and begged me not to. But I was lost, helpless, was desperate. So I called David Meyer. David, is that you?
Emma?
Oh, I'm so glad I reached you.
What is it, Emma? Something wrong?
Terribly, David. Terribly wrong.
Is it Arthur?
Yes, it's Arthur. Except that it isn't Arthur. It isn't Arthur at all.
Try to tell me what happened. Take it easy now. Try to tell me.
I don't know how to tell you. He says he's not sick. He won't let me call a doctor.
What does he say?
He says... The terror descended.
What? What was that?
The terror descended. That's all I've been able to get him to say.
The terror descended. What on earth could that mean?
I don't know. I don't think he knows.
Do you want me to come over there?
Oh, David, would you?
Of course.
Because I don't know how to deal with this. It's just something beyond me. David, it's an evil spirit. An evil spirit that has got into my husband. Arthur is possessed. It's possessed by an evil spirit.
What is the mysterious thing that can happen to any of us to transform joy to despair, gladness to misery? Need it be a cataclysmic event, a sudden and terrible loss, a failure of effort, a failure of love? I don't think so. I think that it can come from something so minute that there seems to be no way to discover its origin. For all I know, or anybody knows, it may well be an evil spirit. I'll be back shortly with Act 2.
When you're looking for a durable cord for any household need, let True Value Hardware stores show you the ropes. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest you see their wide selection of quality rope products from well...
We don't believe in evil spirits, or do we? How often do we say, I didn't do that, or I don't know why I said that? Then why did we do that unintended thing, make that involuntary remark, think that unbidden thought? Did we do it, say it, think it, feel it? Or was it some discarnated spirit that slipped into us and lodged there, changing us into something we scarcely recognize and do not wish to know?
What was it Emma had gasped out on the phone? Arthur is possessed by an evil spirit. Now, I had known Emma almost as long as I'd known Arthur. Why, I'd been his best man at their wedding, and a steady visitor at their home ever since. And what a happy, cordial home it was. They'd built a serene and harmonious existence for themselves. They relied on each other for courage and support, as only two people can who love deeply. Arthur had achieved distinction in his field, and Emma was happy for him without a trace of envy. What conceivably could have happened to disrupt their lives? I hurried as fast as I could to their home, and with the familiarity of long, intimate friendship, went immediately to Arthur's room. Arthur? You in there? It's David, Arthur. I'd like to come in. Arthur? Arthur, I'm coming in. How are you, old friend? Oh, Arthur, don't turn away. Please don't. I'm here to try and help. You know that, don't you? No one can help. It just happened. What happened? It happened. The thing happened.
Can't you tell me a little more about it?
You're David, aren't you? David Meyer.
Well, you know I am.
My friend, David Meyer?
You're not saying you don't recognize me, are you?
Oh, I recognize you.
Well, you see, you can talk to me.
I recognize you, but I don't...
Yes? You don't what, Arthur?
I don't know you.
Oh, Arthur.
I know your face. I know your voice. I know your name. I know that we've been friends for years.
We were in school together. Graduated college.
I know all that. You stood up for me when Emma and I were married.
Yes, that's right.
Then why do I feel that I don't know you?
Arthur. Oh, Arthur. You are my friend, my oldest, my closest, my best, my dearest friend. You don't know how you tear my heart out when you say you don't know me. You are so precious to me, Arthur. You are one of the few really valuable things in my life. And those things are rare, believe me. There are very few of them. To lose you,
I'm sorry. At least I think I'm sorry. I'm not sure.
Couldn't feel worse if I'd learned that you'd died.
Well, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I've died.
No, don't talk nonsense, Arthur. You're here. You're well. You're talking to your old friend. I'm David Meyer. And your family, Emma and Paul, they're right downstairs.
And Enid is there. She and Paul are going to be married.
Yeah. You see? You're perfectly all right.
No, because you, Emma, Enid, and Paul, you're all characters in a book I read.
Don't say that.
Or a play I've seen, or a motion picture. And you know what?
Tell me.
I'm a character, too. I'm perhaps the leading character. I'm not quite sure.
Please, Arthur.
Or am I dreaming everything? Have I dreamed my whole life? Never lived it at all, just dreamed it. I thought I was living it.
Arthur, try and tell me. Try hard. What is it you feel right now? Can you give it a name?
A name? A name?
It must have a name.
Doubt?
Doubt? You said doubt?
Doubt. And despair. And no help anywhere.
And with those words, Arthur turned his face to the wall. And nothing I could say made any difference. He would not speak to me again. At last I surrendered to his indifference and left the room. Downstairs, a young pretty girl came up to me.
Oh, you must be David Myers.
Oh, and you must be Enid, who's going to marry Paul.
Yes. Paul's mother said she'd called you.
Yes. She's very worried about her husband.
Yes. She thinks an evil spirit has entered into him.
Something's happened to him, that's certain.
Whatever it is, it happened so suddenly. How did he seem to you?
I can't describe it. A sort of detachment, a vagueness, separation from reality, something like that. He says he feels as though he'd dreamed his life, never really lived it.
A man like that, with all he's accomplished.
He said he recognized me, but he didn't know me.
What a strange thing to say.
Finally, I begged him to try and tell me exactly what he was feeling. Put it into words. And he said, and a chill went through me, I can tell you. He said, doubt, despair, and no help from anywhere.
Doubt, despair, and no help anywhere. That sounds familiar.
You mean he said it before?
No, he hasn't, but somebody did.
Oh, somebody you know?
I don't think so. I don't hear anyone saying it. I think I must have read it. I majored in English literature in college, and I read a lot. I have an eidetic memory. I remember most things. I must have read those words, or words very like those words. I know where I read them. Henry James.
Henry James. I've read all of Henry James. I don't remember.
No, his father. Henry James Sr. Yes, and it was in one of his books. It happened when he was feeling quite well after a comfortable dinner, and the family had dispersed and left him gazing into the fireplace, and suddenly he quotes somebody. He writes, "Fear came upon me, and trembling which made all my bones to shake."
Shakespeare, maybe.
I don't know, but he goes on to say that it was an insane terror with no obvious cause. He could only think that there must be some damned shape squatting in the corner and sending out from its fetid breath personality influences fatal to life.
Well, you really do remember what you've read, don't you?
Well, what you said brought it all back to me. The last sentence I remember perfectly. I can see it on the page. An ever-growing tempest of doubt, anxiety, and despair, with absolutely no relief from any truth I had ever encountered.
What happened to him?
The doctors told him he'd overworked his brain. Others said, and they say it to this day, that he'd suffered a collapse, possibly due to the intrusion of an evil spirit.
That's Emma's theory.
But I don't believe it. Do you?
I don't want to.
Well, then don't. Come back to see him tomorrow, will you? And the day after, and the day after that.
And you? Will you look in on him whenever you can?
Every day.
Together, Enid, together we will exorcise this evil spirit. I left the house with a lighter heart, a springier step. This young creature, with her amazing memory and her unconquerable soul, had put new life into me and fresh determination. Life gives us few friends that are durable, and I wasn't about to lose one without a struggle. By 10 o'clock the next morning, I was knocking on Arthur's door. It's David, Arthur. I'm coming in. I'm back, as you see. Is it all right if I pull up a chair? Because I'm planning to stay a while.
Stay.
Thank you. I was also planning to have a little talk with you. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, good. I met your future daughter-in-law on my way out yesterday.
Enid?
Yes, Enid. She happened to remember, and she has an astounding memory, that girl. She remembered something that Henry James Sr. wrote about a seizure of some sort he had. And this was way back in 1884. Well, Arthur, it sounds remarkably like the thing that happened to you.
Henry James?
Sr. I looked it up because I thought you might be interested. You are, aren't you?
Yes.
Now, it happened in a lightning flash, he writes.
Yes.
And seemed like an insane and abject terror.
Yes.
Within 10 seconds, he writes, he felt himself reduced to an absolute wreck.
Yes.
And an almost helpless thing.
Oh, yes.
He wanted to shout for help to his wife, to anyone. Passers-by on the road, anyone at all. Anyone who would protect him.
Poor man. I know it all. No help anywhere, no help at all. Only despair, doubt, despair.
I thought you might feel better. A little. To know you're not the first. Or the only.
I do feel better. Less alone, thank you.
Also, what interested me was that James felt this sudden, terrible onslaught after an unusually pleasant meal with his family. He felt vigorous, even joyful. As you seem to have felt. Now, after all, you're going to be awarded the Braithwaite Prize. You knew that.
I won't accept it.
What? Not accept it? Oh, don't be foolish.
I can't go through with it. My book's no good.
Clearly the committee thinks it's very good indeed.
They don't know if they knew.
What is it they don't know?
The passage on Swedenborg. Here's the book. Page 138.
Yes?
Look at it.
All right.
See what I mean? Swedenborg on the subject of vastation. Do you see the paragraph?
Yes, I see it. What about it?
I stole it, you fool. I stole it. Don't you recognize your own words? That night you were here, we were talking about spiritual experiences, and you uttered those very words about Swedenborg and his vastation. For heaven's sake, man, don't you remember?
Yes, vaguely.
Well, I stole your words right from out of your mouth and put them in my book. Signed my name to your words.
Oh, Arthur, that's all right.
It's not all right. It's not all right at all. It's thievery, out and out thievery. But I didn't mean to do it, David. I really thought those words were my own. Or no, maybe I didn't. Maybe I knew all along they were your words, but nobody would notice. Maybe that's what I thought. Maybe I only wished they were mine. That I might have composed them if I'd been as clever as you, half as clever. But I never have been. You know that. We both know that, how jealous I've been. So envious, wanting to be like you, sound like you, write like you. I wanted it so desperately, I was willing to steal, to try and fool everyone, fool myself, fool you.
I held him in my arms, my poor tormented friend, while he sobbed his heart out. There was nothing I could say, nothing that he would listen to. I could not interrupt his mad confession to tell him that I didn't really recollect saying those words at all. And even if I did say them, I didn't consider them to be of any great value or significance.
Such are the things that torture a man of honor. There is no escaping the palpable fact that men without honor lead easier lives than those who possess it. But if I can choose my friends, give me those whose sense of honor makes their lives difficult. I'd like to feel that I belong with them. I'll be back shortly with our concluding act.
I could have had rye toast, 61 calories. I could have had 11 carrots and a glass of water.
You could have had a V8, naturally low in calories and tastes great, too.
I could have had a V8?
V8 cocktail vegetable juice with only 35 calories per 6-ounce serving. V8, the great-tasting, healthful blend of 8 country vegetables.
Wow, I could have had a V8.
It's never too late.
I'll have a V8.
The South. The end of the Civil War and the beginning of a new life for those who survived its bloodshed. From this turbulent era of our great American heritage emerges the proud, passionate saga of one family, their plantation, and their dreams. Windhaven's Crisis by Marie Desjardins, the 8th book in the best-selling Windhaven saga, Windhaven's Crisis, new from Pinnacle Books, wherever paperbacks are sold.
Every day, people face all sorts of tests. Driver's tests, tests at school, and every day, tests on life.
Oh, Mr. Cadwell, you're next.
Mr. Cadwell, please take a seat.
Thanks.
Are you ready for your test on life?
I guess so.
Well, don't worry. It's only for practice. This time, that is. First question. If your son broke your favorite fishing rod, would you, A, be understanding, or B, yell at him?
Was it really my favorite fishing rod?
Mr. Cadwell, would you stab someone in the back to get a promotion?
How big a promotion? I'm
come, Mr. Cadwell.
Well, gee, I don't know.
Well, you can find the answers at your local house of worship. That's where you and your family can learn about handling the everyday problems we all face. Religion in American life, Mr. Cadwell. We need it.
A message from Religion in American Life, the Ad Council, and this station.
Yeah. Well, thanks, and see you later.
You can count on it.
Perhaps it is beginning to emerge that a sense of honor is related to that old familiar thing called conscience. But I think we will find that honor lies deeper in the human personality than does conscience. Conscience forbids acts which are not somehow right. Honor forbids those that, while possibly permissible, are somehow shameful or unworthy, acts that a man of honor would not stoop to commit.
I was very fond of the professor. I was determined to keep the promise I'd made. I was eager to keep it, to visit the professor each day and try and fathom the strange, deep melancholia that had overtaken him so suddenly. I didn't meet with much success.
Who is it?
It's Enid, Professor.
Oh, Enid.
Does that mean you don't mind if I stay a while?
I thought it might be David Meyer.
Do you find it easy to talk to him?
A little.
Because you've known him for so long. Is that it? I know you've only known me for a short while, but I've gotten the impression that you like me. I certainly like you. Don't you think we could, well, could you talk to me a little? Maybe not the way you talked to David Meyer, but...
That was different.
How? How was it different?
I don't know.
But I feel sure that you do know. You just don't want to say it. Isn't that right?
Strictly between David and me. Strictly.
Oh. Well, then I don't want to intrude, but there is something between you and me, don't you think?
No.
But I'm going to marry your son.
Nothing.
You're going to be my father-in-law. My own father is dead, you know. I was hoping maybe you'd sort of take his place. At least in some ways, a little ways. Isn't that possible?
Not possible.
Oh. Well, then I'm going to be disappointed.
A father is a father.
Yes, I know, but, well, I hardly knew my own father. I was very young when he died. It's only natural that I'd want an older man to look up to and admire and have faith in and believe in and... Well, you really don't want to talk, do you?
Can't talk.
All right. I'll leave you alone then, but I'm warning you. I'm coming back tomorrow and the day after and the day after that until you decide that I'm a safe person to talk to. Because I really am, you know.
Enid, I'm down here.
Oh, yes, I'll be right down.
Paul's here, too.
Fine.
Did you have any luck with him?
Not much, I'm afraid.
I was hoping.
So was I.
Well, he won't talk to me either. Except things like time to change the sheets. He just says, all right, when I say it's time, and he gets out of bed and sits in the big chair by the window and stares out.
And that's more than he says to me.
He doesn't talk to you at all.
Oh, first he tries to make believe he's asleep. Then if I tell him he can't always be asleep, nobody could sleep that much, he turns over and looks at me with the saddest expression.
I know.
If I try to say something, anything, he just turns his face to the wall again. So I leave. Seems to be what he wants. So I leave. I just give up.
Well, I'm not giving up.
Well, what can you do? What can any of us do?
Not give up. That's what we all can do. And I didn't give up. I went to his room every day. I talked of everything I could think of. The Braithwaite Prize, the wedding, where Paul and I would go on our honeymoon, when we planned to have our first child. If it was a boy, could we name him Arthur? Could we find a little house near there so we could all see a lot of each other? What had Paul been like when he was a little boy? Oh, everything. Sometimes he'd say a word or maybe two, but mostly he looked at me as though I were a strange intruder on something that didn't concern me. It was breaking my heart. But he was making me angry, too.
I know, Enid, I know. It can be infuriating.
But you said he talked to you, David.
Yes, he talked to me. He still does. Some.
Well, what did you do? What did you say? I mean, to make him talk to you. You must have done something.
No, I didn't. At first, it was just the same with me. No interest, no response, complete indifference.
I know. Oh, I know.
But then, much to my surprise, my amazement, in fact, there was a breakthrough.
How did it come about? What caused it?
I started talking about the Braithwaite Prize. He's going to accept it, by the way.
Well, of course he's going to accept it. Why wouldn't he?
He had his reasons. Very insufficient ones, I might add.
What were they? For heaven's sake.
I'm afraid I can't tell you that. That's strictly between him and me.
Funny. That's almost exactly what he said.
To you?
Yes. He said that talking to you was different, and I asked how. How was it different? And, well, at first he said he didn't know, but I kept after him. I felt sure he didn't know, but he didn't want to say it out loud. And then he said, almost the same thing you just said. He said, strictly between David and me. And he repeated the word strictly.
Well, he was right.
So, you're not going to tell me?
No, I'm not. I can't.
Well, if you can't, you can't.
You're going to have to find your own way of reaching him. Enid, why don't you give up?
Because I can't, Paul.
I have. He's never going to snap onto this.
Paul, you're talking about your own father.
Well, I'm starting to agree with Mother. He is possessed by an evil spirit of some kind.
I know it seems that way, but...
That's the way it is. face it.
I have faced
Well,
it.
then?
That doesn't mean I'm going to give in to it. I'm not.
You think you can do battle with an evil spirit? You?
Why not? I imagine lots of people are doing just that all over the world.
Not doing very well, are they?
Well, that's no reason to quit. If we quit, we're lost.
Darling, I'm not trying to depress you, but honestly, I think it's hopeless. Absolutely hopeless.
David Meyer made some progress with him. If he could, then I can. I won't let such a wonderful man lose himself in depression, hopelessness. Besides, he's going to be my father-in-law. Remember, we were having tea on the lawn? He said, if you ever have any problems with Paul, come to me.
It's a darn peculiar thing to say, I thought.
I thought so, too. But he wouldn't have said it if he didn't have some affection for me, would he?
Oh, Enid. Give up, why don't you?
I won't. I can't. I simply can't. Paul.
Yes, my dear. What now?
I need to do something that will surprise him. Get his attention. Give him some sort of a shock. Make him notice me. Look at me. Pay attention to me.
Just what do you propose to do?
I don't know yet, but I'll think of something. When I went to the professor's room the next morning, I was filled with trepidation. I had no confidence in myself at all. Perhaps I was simply arrogant to think I could waken the professor to the joy of living, the expectation of happiness, to the fun of everyday life. Paul was right. I hadn't known him long. I didn't know him well. He might think me a presumptuous intruder. All the same, I forced myself to knock at his door.
David?
No. It's Enid again, Professor.
Oh.
I want you to look at something. Please? Please, won't you turn over and look at me? It's a surprise. Just for you. You'll be the first person besides me to see it. The very first. Even Paul hasn't seen it. Please? Please, I want you to. Oh, thank you.
It's your wedding dress.
Yes, it is.
You're wearing your wedding dress.
Yes, I am.
Veil and all.
The wedding isn't far off, and when I walk down the aisle, Professor, I want to see you standing beside Paul at the altar. I want you there.
I can't do that.
Yes, you can. And I expect you to.
Don't you know? Don't you know that I can't? Don't you know that I'm the most depraved of men? That I am jealous of my own son. Jealous that he will have you to live with, to love. That I want to be like him. I want to be him, to be young and starting life with a beautiful, loving young woman to help me through that life with hopes and expectations. That the very sight of you raises desires that I have no right to. That to see you and Paul together at the altar would make me want to kill him and take his place. Kill him. My own son. Don't you know all that?
No. No, I didn't know all that.
Well, now you do, so go away and leave me alone.
No, I won't.
But you're disgusted with me. You know you are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm flattered.
Flattered? You're flattered?
Well, what woman wouldn't be? A handsome, brilliant man like you finds her attractive, desirable. Now, what woman wouldn't find that flattering?
You don't think I'm a contemptible old man?
No. I think you're a sensitive, intelligent, loving, yes, and attractive man who cannot endure the slightest, most fleeting thought that crosses his mind if he thinks it's disloyal or unworthy. You are a man of honor, Professor. Unrelenting honor. And I shall be proud to be your daughter-in-law. Before I left the room, we agreed that this little encounter would remain something strictly between the two of us. Strictly. When I walked down the aisle of the little church on that most important day, there ahead of me stood my beloved Paul, and proud and erect beside him stood my future father-in-law. As I got close to the altar, I smiled at this most honorable of men, and sweetly, with perfect understanding, he smiled back at me.
In the recesses of the human psyche lie the darkest of thoughts and desires. If we act upon them, we risk severe punishment. But in the minds of some, simply to think, to feel such thoughts and desires, is identical to carrying them out. Then ensues the most awful punishment of all, when the self punishes the self. I'll be back shortly.
Genie, now's your chance to get a great deal on a Genie garage door opener, the convenience appliance you use every day. With any Alliance Genie automatic garage door opener system you buy between July 1st and July 18th, you'll get a second transmitter free. That's right, a $29.95 value free, but only until July 18th. So see your participating Genie dealer today and let Genie open your doors.
You've got a ticket on the Heartburn Express. And if one Rolaids tablet can't cut the mustard, you should hear this. Tums neutralizes 1/3 more acid than Rolaids. So when you eat more, feel more, and your stomach turns out 1/3 more acid, remember. Tums neutralizes 1/3 more acid than Rolaids.
A message from CBS Television.
Hello, this is Walter Cronkite. That is the Atlantic Ocean and some of its inhabitants. We also live in a kind of ocean, an ocean of air, present with the sounds and cries of a strangely beautiful music. The first movement, perhaps, of a perpetually unfinished symphony. It's the universe, and it's my new assignment.
Walter Cronkite's Universe, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain on CBS Television. We all love bargains, and here's your chance to get a bargain on a bargain. For this month only, Walden Books is offering fantastic bargains on hundreds of hardcover books by famous authors and outstanding publishers. We've got books by Stephen King, Rona Jaffe, Irwin Shaw, and many others, all at reduced prices. What's more, if you buy at least $10 worth from our wide selection, you'll get additional savings. So if you're looking for some good summer reading, stop by your local Walden Books this month and pick up your bargain on a bargain.
The shock of discovering heinous thoughts and desires within ourselves can be a critically debilitating, even fatal thing. If we cannot forgive ourselves for being less than we would like to be, we can collapse and resign from life. This is a risk, a grave risk, which is run over and over by the man of honor. Our cast included John Beale, Terry Keane, Patricia Elliott, and Bernie Grant. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall, inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents
Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Above our heads, a myriad of airplanes trace their contrail patterns in the sky. Beyond them and the stratosphere, countless satellites ride their fixed orbits. We have conquered the air. We are reaching towards space. But on a globe, 4/5 of which is covered by water, beneath the surface of the restless sea lies the real unknown. This story will take us there.
I've made up my mind, Steve. It's up to you to decide.
What's to decide? Count me in, Mr. Hunter.
That's what I need to hear. Oh, one more thing. The name is J.C. Partners. Can't be strangers.
We lived through this one, we won't be. Anything this big, one way or another, none of us will ever be quite the same.
Our mystery drama, Raptures of the Deep, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Michael Tolan. I'll be back shortly with Act One.
Grease stain, oil stain, mud stain, and chocolate. When you want a tough stain out, shout it out.
Now you can prove Shout's a mom's best friend. Before washing, just spray it on a tough stain. Wait a few seconds. Turn over the fabric and see how Shout penetrates right through to the other side.
That's right. Shout saturates, really penetrates. It's almost like spraying both sides of the stain at the same time.
So when you want a tough stain out, shout it out.
I like pickles, but they don't like me.
Send your stomach some Digel.
I like pizza, but it doesn't like me.
Send your stomach some Digel.
Digel's special combination of antacid and anti-gas ingredients gives you fast, gentle relief from acid indigestion, heartburn, and gas in just minutes.
I like hot dogs, but they don't like me.
Send your stomach some Digel.
For occasional use only as directed.
There is a vast difference between the mysteries of the sea and those of the infinite space beyond the envelope of air that surrounds us. In space, man must cover vast distances by machine to delve into the unknown. Under the sea, machines can travel and observe, but there is so much terrain, so much life, and movement is so limited that eventually only man himself, unencumbered, is the ultimate explorer, the diver, and in particular, that special breed of men, the scuba divers.
Hey, Cobb, you old son of a gun, the Marines have landed.
Get your butt off that helicopter and report for duty. Where's your gear?
Johnny, the pilot's going to dig it out for me. It's stowed in the tail.
There's no time. This is a big one. You can dig out your own gear. I'll help you with it. I got a car waiting, and I'm driving you straight to the Pandora.
The what?
Pandora. That's the name of J. Calvin Hunter's ship.
Ship?
You can decide if you want to call her a boat when you see her. By me, the Pandora's a ship.
The dame who opened up the box and let all hell loose.
That's her.
Well, why would he want to call his yacht that?
Better ask him.
I don't know. It smells like trouble.
When have you and me ever got into anything else? This one, we'll never forget.
The name is Steve Carr, but it didn't start out that way. The real name, the ethnic one, is Stefanos Karalis. Both my mom and dad are from Greece, and I still speak Greek as well as I do English. Me and Cobb Straker were in the Navy together, frogmen, and after we got out, we went into the salvage business. What I mean is, we handled a lot of jobs, but only on the number one jobs did we work together. Matter of fact, we hadn't seen each other in 6 months. I'd been working on some offshore oil rigs around Galveston, while Cobb had been keeping a finger on the pulse of what we really care about. Buried treasure. He stayed with the firm's base in Freeport, Bahamas. We had a lot to catch up on in the car.
So Galveston worked out?
Yeah, finally. What happened to your cake?
Oh, we found the Estrelita okay, in about 40 fathoms.
And?
Just the ribs, and pretty well broken up. The keel was still there, and enough of a stern to identify her. 2 cannons, one eaten away so badly it was scarcely worth raising. The other in fair condition.
But the treasure?
Who knows, buddy boy? You fish around the Bahamas, the Caribbean. A lot of folks might have been there first.
Or storms, drifting tides, or maybe she didn't have gold aboard in the first place.
Well, the hazards of our business.
So tell me about this prize pigeon.
J. Calvin Hunter? No.
Why not?
Because I want you to set up and listen to him yourself. This could be big, Steve. Really big. Or just so much hogwash. I want to let you judge that for yourself.
We hadn't far to go to the wharf where the Pandora was moored. Cobb was right. This was a ship in every sense of the word. She was almost 200 feet overall, beamy, and for sure well over 2,000 tons. One glance at her silhouette told me she had every kind of device to handle deep diving, and the equipment to go with it. I felt a tingling anticipation. I could sniff an explosive future. We parked the wagon and unloaded my gear. Mr. Hunter was waiting for us on the fantail. He was taller even than Cobb, but thin, all whipcord and steel. He had eyes like bullets that shot out from under heavy, dark eyebrows.
You made good time.
This is Steve Carr, Mr. Hunter.
He's almost as big as you are, Cobb.
Not quite, sir. How do you do?
Welcome aboard the Pandora, sir. Sit down. Well, now, did Cobb brief you on what all this is about?
No, sir. He wanted to let you tell me yourself.
So you could make up your mind whether or not I was a nut or not,
I didn't say that, sir.
No, I did. And I'll lay you 100 to 1. Cobb did also.
It's a beautiful ship, Mr. Hunter.
Well, it ought to be. Cost enough. But it's going to pay for itself one of these days.
Why do you call it the Pandora?
Because once I decided to have her rebuilt, I really opened up a can of worms. Cost me 10 times the original estimate before it was finished. A regular Pandora's box of troubles let loose. I was beginning to think she was jinxed.
Then why saddle her with the name?
It suited my whim. Besides, after Pandora opened the box, all the evils and bad luck were let loose on the world. Do you know the one thing that was left?
No, sir.
Hope, according to some versions of the legend. So, that's good enough for me. We're going to need a lot of it where we're going.
Just where is that, sir?
I'll make it short and sweet. In 1663, April of that year, the Spanish sent out a convoy guarded by their heavier ships of war bound for Spain. While it was carrying some valuable cargo, it was merely a decoy, as all the supposed merchant ships were heavily armed.
To decoy the British into attacking?
Right.
A decoy for what, sir?
First off, to try to lure enough British and French privateers into destruction and clear the seas.
And second, to draw away attention from a real prize.
Right, Steve. The Alhambra. A colossus of a merchant ship that they had built, which was loaded to the waterline with gold, silver, and precious jewels. The value, even then, was in the millions. Today, it could at least run to $500 million, perhaps more.
They sent her out alone?
No. She was convoyed by 2 smaller men of war, and she took a different route.
But either the British and French weren't fooled, or enough of them were smart enough to smell a rat.
No, they were fooled. Most of them. But not 3 heavily gunned British privateers who were lying in wait for them. The weather was lucky for the British. They came out of a fog bank and sank the first man of war without taking a broadside in return. Then they turned their attention to the second, and with a bit more trouble, sank her. But when they turned to take their prize, they had a blow.
She'd slipped away in the fog?
No. She was too big and lumbering to elude them. So instead, the captain, following his sealed orders, commanded everyone into the boats and lit a fuse to gunpowder charges that had been set for just such an eventuality.
He blew his ship out of the water?
Not quite. He blew the keel and half the bottom out of her, and she foundered and sank like a stone.
Right off the coast here somewhere.
That's my secret. I have a lot of them, because I have to be careful, gentlemen. And my captain, for example, has his coordinates. He knows where to sail, but not why. You boys know why, but not where. And nobody but us three knows what I'm after.
How do you know all this, Mr. Hunter?
Money.
Beg pardon?
It buys a lot of information. A little here, a little there, till finally I could put it all together.
But how can you be sure the information is legit?
The captain of one of the British ships was one of my more colorful ancestors. He kept a very full and detailed log, which has been preserved as a family curiosity for the 10 generations since it was written.
You know where the ship went down?
Exactly.
300 years ago. And at what depth?
That I don't know. With luck, it could be one side or the other of the trough.
Which trough?
That would be the start of telling, wouldn't it? Until I know you're committed.
Well, what do you say, buddy? Heard enough?
No. How do we split?
And that's simple. Since I'm paying you your regular salvage rates, I carry all the financial risks. But I'm not greedy. 60% for me. You split the other 40 as you will. If there's anything to split.
That's very generous, Mr. Hunter.
Well, it's worth it for the very best. The tide is turning. We should sail with it, if we can. Have you heard enough to decide?
Well, I've made up my mind. Up to you, Steve.
What's to decide? Count me in, Mr. Hunter.
That's all I need to hear. Oh, one more thing. The name is J.C. Partners can't be strangers.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah?
You know where we are?
Well, I can look at the sun. I don't have instruments. Roughly the eastern Atlantic, not too far south.
Yeah, but where are we headed?
The man told you. His secret.
We're the ones have to dive.
You said it.
How deep?
You mean free or with heavy equipment?
If we're going to explore, you know it has to be free.
How deep can you go? What's the record? 400-something feet? You can't work there. What's the problem?
Like right now, I think we're over the eastern trough. What, 4,000 meters, maybe 3 miles. You want to dive that?
He's got that little bathysphere we're lugging.
That's for observation, a gimmick. You can't salvage anything with that. You know what I'm thinking he's counting on?
The Atlantic Ridge?
Check. The Azores, the Canary Islands, something like that where the ocean bottom is within reach.
Wherever that is. Maybe we'll turn up the lost continent of Atlantis or something. Who knows?
Well, it's worth a whirl.
At these prices, any day. What do we got to lose? Hold it. What's that?
They cut the engines.
We had dropped anchor in 25 fathoms. That's a long way down. 6 feet to a fathom, 150 feet. Everyone was out on deck when we got there. It was just at sunrise, maybe 4:20 in the morning. J.C. signaled us. He wanted us down in his quarters. There was coffee there, and a large chart on a table marked out in a grid. He pointed to a dot in the middle.
This is our position right here. You and Cobb will take sectors and scout them. We'll use marker buoys to indicate what has been searched. Blue. With the red one, in case we turn up what we're looking for. Now, when do we start?
How about this morning?
Just what I wanted to hear. Suit up. Let's get going.
You going over with us, J.C.?
No, I'm a little old for these depths.
Well, maybe we all are.
Now, look. We have a decompression chamber. I want you to take the least amount of time on the bottom that's safe. If it's too deep, we'll helmet you and put you on the air compressors.
It's deep, all right.
How long will you be down?
Oh, something like an hour and a half, figuring we spend 30 minutes maximum at 160 feet odd.
Well, it'll take 45 minutes staging out on the way up to beat the bends.
Okay, don't push anything. We've got all the time and most of the money in the world. I have a syndicate backing me. Now, be careful.
Our middle names. Ready to go, Cobb? I went off a ladder from the scuppers and hit the water. I went down fast because I was heavily weighted. And going this deep, you don't want to waste time. I used the knotted guide line to help pull me down. The line was 175 feet long. It didn't reach all the way to the bottom. I stopped to consider what to do now. And then I saw her for the first time. The damnedest sight I ever saw. The sight that was to change my whole life.
What does a young man see in the ocean at nearly 30 fathoms deep that will change his life? And whatever it was, what does the term her mean? A female of some species? Or a female of the species? A woman? And if so, what kind of woman in the depths of the ocean? I'll return shortly with Act 2. While Steve Carr has encountered whatever strange phenomenon has swum into his view far beneath the surface, his partner Cobb Straker has surfaced unexpectedly and now is being helped back aboard the ship. His relatively sudden reappearance has been a surprise to everyone aboard, and J.C. Hunter is the first to lend him a helping hand, reaching to take his fins as he shucks them in order to climb the ladder back aboard.
You all right?
Sure. I came up because there's no point to the dive.
What do you mean? Adams, take Mr. Straker's equipment. Help him out of the tanks.
I don't know what your anchor hook snagged, but it must be some kind of a hill or mountain.
What do you mean?
We've got 175 feet out of weighted guidelines, but mine at least still don't reach bottom. Once I got to the end of the line, I chickened out. I wasn't going any deeper on my own. And what about Steve?
He's still down there.
Well, maybe he's lucky. He hit a slope or something. I'll catch my second wind till he comes up. Maybe we can replot this whole dive better.
How long will he be?
Well, any minute now, unless he narked out.
He what?
Nitrogen narcosis. Raptures of the deep. A sort of deep-sea drunk. Complete euphoria, and you lose all track of time. Hey, he went down before me. Where the devil is he?
Maybe we'd better go down after him.
Well, if he doesn't break water in the next couple of minutes, I sure as shooting will.
Oh, there he is.
Well, where you been, jerkola? What do you want to do? Give us all the hives? You all right?
Just cutting it. You want to gas me aboard, Cobb? Cobb. Did you go all the way down?
Right to the end of the line.
See anything?
No. I just knew that any further and I was out of my depth.
You didn't see her?
Who?
The girl. In the sort of flowing robes. She looked like an anemone, sort of.
Maybe that's what you saw.
Oh, no. This was no anemone. A sea animal, maybe. But if she was the closest thing to the girl I dream about. And if that's where she lives, then, man, let me live there, too.
You know what I think, Steve? I think you were narked.
No way, Cobb. My head was as clear as a bell. I'm going to tell you something right now, partner. I don't care about treasure ships. We stumbled on something far more special. If I can find her again. And right now I'm going over to see if I can. They couldn't talk me out of it. I asked for and got a longer guideline. 75 more feet took it to 250. Cobb was fit to be tied.
I still think you're crazy, Steve. I'm going down with you.
Oh, no, I want you up top on the line for signal so I know I'm safe.
What's the big deal? 250 feet? Trying to set a record?
Nowhere near it, and you know it. Who was the guy dive something near 400 breathing air?
Some Italian, and they fished him up unconscious.
I'm going nowhere near that. Now wish me luck, buddy. Because here I go.
Now, wait a minute.
I went down the guideline, hand over hand, like a circus flyer climbs to the trapeze platform. I wanted every minute I could have on the bottom, if I ever got there. or wherever I ran into her again. If I ever did. But outside of the beam from my torch, everything was as black as being locked in a closet.
Where is he, Cobb?
Last signal he gave me was at 225. Fruithead, it's too deep for free diving.
Signal him to come up.
Well, what do you think I've been doing? Hold it. He just reached the end of the line. Well, at least he ain't going no further.
I don't know how long I hung there, but at last I gave up. It was too dark to think of leaving the line, not without some ground underneath to read. I signaled I was on my way up, but before I could even start, they swam into the range of my light. I never saw anything like that. Man-shaped, only they were scaled all over like fish. Not only did they wear foot fins, but their hands were the same. Their heads looked something like birds, with a sort of beak and the face scaly, too. There were too many to count, and they swam as swiftly as dolphins. And in back of them was the girl I'd seen before, in the flowing robe and the swirling hair. I had time only to send an urgent signal up the line before they swarmed over me.
What is it, Cobb?
I don't know. Alarm signal. Something's wrong. I'm going over and down there. Stand by the line. Keep your hand on it. One jerk means everything's Jake. 2 steady jerks, repeated, means we're on our way up by stages. 3 sharp jerks, repeated or not, means you better have the decompression tank ready when we pop out like corks. You got it?
I have it. What do you suppose he's run into down there?
JC, there are so many mysteries in the black beneath that green cover. Who could even attempt to guess?
2 of the scaly porpoise things grabbed me by the arms and tore me away from the line. They were incredibly powerful, and I was helpless to resist. They started on a plunge deeper into the ocean on the command of one of them who seemed to be in charge. It was then my guardian angel acted, stopping them imperiously. Suddenly, in my confused state, I realized they were speaking to each other, quite freely. I could hear the sound of their voices and the words. But even more unbelievable, I could half understand them. They were speaking a strange, old-fashioned kind of Greek.
No, Stanislaus, you cannot take him deeper.
He has invaded our territory. He must be brought to mine, Nucleus. These are my orders.
Not as he is. He cannot stand the pressures. We must have an air tank.
It will meet us on the way.
I hope it's not too late. I don't think he has much air left.
He'll manage. He'll have to.
Couldn't we wait for the tank? I tell you, he may die.
Let him. He is the enemy. If we can take them alive, very well. If dead, what's the difference?
At least let me escort him. I order you, let him go. He is my prisoner.
I was in a daze, my mind suspended in shock as my body tried to take these huge depths. How was it possible these strange entities could speak to each other freely? Then I thought of fish, and more than that, dolphins and whales who communicate without problem. I wanted to pull the mouthpiece out and try to speak myself, but I knew I was not adapted for that. But most of all, I was amazed that by the accident of birth, I had the ability to understand these creatures and the arcane Greek that they spoke. The only terror was that I could tell the air in my tanks was running out.
What happened, Cobb?
Search me. He's gone. There's no sign of him.
Gone where?
I don't know. Narked, I guess. Raptures of the deep. We've got to fight it all the time we go deep enough.
Oh, you think we've lost him?
No, not in my book. I wouldn't have come up except I ran out of air. Get me in the tank. Decompress me. I came up too fast, but I'm going down again first chance I get.
I don't want to lose you too, Cobb.
We haven't lost anyone. My buddy Steve is down there. All he needs is help.
We were going deeper and deeper, and I could feel the terrible pressure of the water. I wanted to scream out my protest to the lovely woman who swam, if that's what we were doing, beside me. But to relinquish my mouthpiece would have meant instant drowning, which suddenly I faced. With the slightest of gurgles, my tanks were exhausted, and I spat out the mouthpiece and tried to say help. It was as if my word had been articulated, for in a moment her mouth was on mine, and she was breathing pure oxygen into my lungs. And in that moment, I saw some of the fish people swimming up towards me with a cylindrical tank just before I blacked out. When I came to, I was lying on a kind of couch on the inside of the tank, and beside me was the girl, woman, the apparition or whatever she was. The tank was transparent, and outside, like the men at the oars of some ancient slave ship, I could see we were being propelled by the fish things. I took a deep breath. A breath of delirious satisfaction and gratefulness. Whatever was ahead of me, at least I was breathing air again. As I did so, she opened her eyes and looked into mine.
You are all right?
I guess so.
You can breathe? Or shall we adjust the pressure?
No, it's fine, just fine. Who are you?
I am a halfway, and in Group 1. My name is Ariadne. And yours?
The name is Steve. Steve Carr.
Steve Carr. It is a strange name. And you are a stranger. Yet you speak our language.
Well, not quite. It's close to my family tongue. You see, my real name is Stefanos Karalis. I'm Greek.
Ah, Greek. I have heard legends of them. They are a people who borrowed our language.
Beg pardon?
They came in ships, so the great book says. But we drove them off and sank them in the sea. But some, it is recorded, escaped. And they stole our language and our culture.
What culture?
The one you are being brought home to. Oh, how I hope you can survive.
Don't worry, I'll make the attempt. But what am I going to survive to enjoy?
You do not like me?
Lady, that's beside the point at the moment. Where the devil are you taking me?
To my home, and the home of my fathers. To my country. To Atlantis.
One of the world's prime mysteries. Is it possible that here is the answer to that mythical island of Atlantis that was, in ancient times, believed to have existed in the Atlantic Ocean? Could someone in our modern times actually have found his way to that fabled land? I shall return shortly with Act 3. The lost island of Atlantis was first mentioned by Plato, the Greek philosopher. Later, in the 1st century before Christ, Solon, the father of law, reported that he was told of it by an Egyptian priest who said that it had been overwhelmed by an earthquake or a shifting in the world's crust, that it had sunk in the sea 9,000 years before his time. This is only one of many legends of the lost Atlantis, including the one you are listening to in my present report.
I remember being propelled by the strange creatures through a thick, waving forest of kelp. The great undulating trunks perhaps some 2 to 3 feet across, and reaching up from the ocean bed into infinity. From then on, everything was blank, until Ariadne woke me up.
You can come out of the cylinder with me now, Stefanos.
Where are we?
On the floor of the ocean.
Oh, no. No, Ariadne, I have no air. I can't breathe.
You will have air.
How? Did you fill my tanks?
No need of that. You will be able to breathe now.
No, you don't understand. I can't breathe underwater like you people.
Oh, but halfways like me can only breathe for a limited time. Only the androcytes are adapted fully to breathe underwater.
The androcytes? The men fish?
You see, they are no longer here.
Where is here?
In the home place, the island under the sea.
I looked through the transparent sides of the cylinder, and I couldn't believe it. A whole city covered the top of this giant floating island on the floor of the ocean. People were walking freely, chatting. The women dressed in flowing garments, the men in kilted skirts, their feet in sandals. I was back in the midst of a civilization older than Christianity and the Romans. Heaven only knows how many thousands of feet below the surface of the Atlantic. Ariadne now took me by the hand, and together we slipped out of the door that served as entrance or egress from the cylinder.
Don't look so terrified, Stephanos. There's plenty of oxygen. Try.
Hey. Well, all right. That's beautiful, but where does it come from?
I will let Minocles give what answers he deems proper to your questions.
Who is Minocles?
He is the ruler, the autocrat, the only one of which there is but one. Come, we must make haste. It is not good to keep him waiting. I have brought the outsider, Minocles, as you commanded.
Bring him forward, that we may talk. Welcome to Atlantis. What is his name?
Stephanos.
He is Greek? I know of Greece. You came in your ships and we sank them.
When was this, sir?
Time for us is different than it is for you. In your terms, let us say in centuries. Perhaps 12,000 of them ago.
12,000?
More or less. Before the sea closed the waters of its doors above our heads and we became the lost Atlantis.
What happened, sir?
You may call me Minocles. I do not know this other word.
Was it an earthquake?
At the end, yes. A convulsion of the earth that plunged us forever beneath the water.
But how could you have lived?
We had our warnings. Oh, yes, we were warned.
How?
In the second passage of the seasons after I was named as autocrat, 2 significant discoveries were made which were to preserve us even in the face of disaster. One was that our island had begun to sink slowly, and that our civilization was doomed unless we could prepare to adapt. Come with me. Once I could look from these heights across Atlantis to the sun setting on a sea that stretched beyond the wall about our island.
The wall?
You see? Stone piled on stone and sealed stone to stone to shut out the encroaching waters.
Like Holland and the dikes.
What'd you say?
Just another people who had to shut out the sea.
Like us?
No, not like you. They never sank into it. What did you do when that happened?
First the wall, and then the dome.
I don't understand.
Look up, Stephanos. From the top of the wall, arching above us, we are sealed in one huge envelope.
A giant sort of plastic bubble. You live in the opposite of a goldfish bowl.
A world of our own.
Within this protected area, we manufacture the breath of life.
How?
By pumps, which extract the oxygen from the sea, very much as fish gills do.
But how long did this take to build?
We had 1,000 times the wheeling of the seasons.
1,000 years?
Long enough to be ready for the convulsion that cast us to the bottom of the sea.
How do you live? What do you feed yourselves?
We had to adapt a breed, a phylum, which could cultivate our sea farms outside the protection of this, what you call, bubble.
The androcides?
Exactly. Simply a matter of selective breeding to reverse the process of man's rise to land from the mother sea.
You mean they breathe like fish through gills and no longer can sustain life on air?
Exactly.
But why would they work for you? Couldn't they abandon you and make their own state?
No.
Why?
Because they cannot reproduce. The secret of parthenogenesis. No man or woman or creature that you have encountered in our society was born. He, she, it was created spontaneously. The fabric built from some living cell taken from another.
Cloning?
What is that word?
It means taking a cell from any given body, man or woman, then introducing it into the ova of a woman from whom part of the nucleus has been removed, and producing, after full term, a mirror image of the person from whom the cell was taken.
Substantially correct.
But that's a recent discovery.
In your world, perhaps. It was a technique we perfected nearly 600 generations ago. You must learn to live with it.
What does that mean?
You are a fresh impetus for us. You bring new ideas and knowledge of wider horizons. Since you are to be with us, we must have you duplicated as soon as possible.
My protests were waved away by the imperious Minocles, and in spite of Ariadne's attempts to calm me down, I was finally dragged away by a swarm of guards. The prison room in which I was confined was classic, and its dampness worried me because it brought back too vividly the immense pressure of the sea all about this relatively tiny bubble of air in the midst of the vast oceans of the sea. I don't know how she managed it, but Ariadne came to me. Ariadne.
Shh. Not so loud.
How did you get here?
I have privileges. I am a halfway, but there is royal blood in my veins.
What are we going to do?
Do?
I can't fit in here. How can I?
You can. After the operation tomorrow, you will go to adaptation training and become a halfway like me. And you will be reproduced.
What operation?
To sterilize you.
To what? I won't let them.
But why not? If you are to be among us, we cannot have someone who can reproduce at will. It would tear apart the whole fabric of our lives.
I don't want to do that. I can't be part of what you are, Ariadne.
What else can you do?
I can go back. Back where I came from.
The autocrat would never allow you to do that.
Then you must help me escape.
How? It is impossible. You are not adapted. How could you breathe long enough out there?
Fill my tanks with enough air.
But you could not stand the pressures.
Then we'll have to steal a cylinder like the one you brought me here in.
Impossible. Even if I did, the androcytes would capture us, and we have no way to move it.
You say you are adapted. You could move us up high enough so that I could come out safely.
There is only one chance. I must help you escape.
The details of the escape don't matter. Somehow we got away and started up towards the surface. And we're lucky enough, or Ariadne was smart enough, that we didn't encounter any of the fishmen. Unerringly, she led me back to the spot I had left. How long ago? And there was my weighted rope, its knots climbing towards the surface and my world. I had my arm about her waist, but suddenly she squirmed free, and she spoke to me, while I was helpless to answer.
Goodbye, Stephanos. I wish I had been born as you were. But we are from different worlds, and there is no bridge between them. Only let me say one thing. I have something to take away with me which makes me different. makes me an individual in a world where such a thing does not exist. I am glad I knew that, even if only briefly. Goodbye, Stefanos.
She darted away from me so fast I couldn't follow. Her loose robes billowing like a flower. I couldn't have followed her anyway, because suddenly the androcytes were all about seizing her and dragging her down. Some of them came for me, and I had no choice but to drop my heavily weighted belt and shoot to the surface in a haze of bubbles. Exploded out of the ocean as if I'd been a champagne cork.
Come, there he is. It's Steve. He came up without being decompressed. Get that chamber ready. Okay, Steve. Take it easy.
No, I've got to follow her. To save... Where am I?
You're in the hospital, Steve. And I'm your buddy, Cobb Straker. And you just about copped it, friend.
I've got to get back. I gotta get back.
Steve, you ain't going nowhere. Not if I have to sit on you till you come out of all of this.
But Ariadne...
The dame, sure. Lost Atlantis, sure. You gotta be kidding, man. Steve, sooner or later, you've got to face up to it. You zonked out down there. You were narked.
The raptures of the deep.
You said it, Steve, not me. But that's all it was.
It's what I've had to settle for. Leave it at that or end in a funny farm. But the memory of it, and of a girl named Ariadne, her hair and her loose garments stirred by the water as if they were the petals of a sea flower, will haunt me all my life. We never did find J. Calvin Hunter's treasure, but I found my own. I only wish I could have kept it.
Curiously unforgettable story, which I find haunts me, too. Not only the girl, but that strange and beautiful city-state that Steve also imagined, or visited, briefly. The legend of Atlantis dies hard. Could one imagine that it still does exist, buried somewhere so deep in the Atlantic East Trough that man has as yet no way to find the way there? I'll be back shortly.
Did you know that Goodyear services cars?
I didn't know that.
Lots of people don't. Say Goodyear, they'll say tires almost every time.
Good for them.
Yeah, well, how do we tell them Goodyear services cars?
Why don't we tell them about the limited warranty?
The what?
Tell everyone that if you get your car serviced at Goodyear, the service and parts are backed by Goodyear with a warranty good for 90 days or 3,000 miles.
Oh, which?
Whichever comes first.
Oh.
And if the work isn't done right, and you're more than 50 miles from where you got it serviced, you can take your car to any of over 1,500 Goodyear service stores, and they'll redo it at no charge.
So that's a great deal.
Yep.
Look, I thought you said you didn't know Goodyear services cars.
I didn't. I must have read it somewhere.
Well, where would you read that?
Probably in my warranty.
Oh, yeah.
Smooth out your rough-running engine with a tune-up at your Goodyear service store for just $39.88 for six-cylinder cars. Includes new points, plugs, rotor, and condenser. No extra charge for air conditioning or labor. Call for an appointment now. Price is slightly higher in California.
Quite recently, I read that Steve and Cobb had traced the drifting of a long-sunk Spanish galleon, and that all along the path had come up with gold and artifacts worth a king's ransom. I'm glad Steve struck it rich. I hope he enjoys his hard-bought wealth. I wonder if he would exchange it for that other treasure he found, or thought he found. Our cast included Michael Tolan, Catherine Byers, Ray Owens, and Sam Gray. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now, a preview of our next tale. Who's Myra?
You wouldn't understand.
You could explain it.
You wouldn't believe it.
Look,
Your name is Howard Spurlow.
I know my name.
You are about to be tried for murder.
I know that, too.
I'm the attorney appointed to defend you.
We've been through all this. Why don't you let me alone?
You have to have a defense.
Why?
Why did you kill him?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. Premeditated murder, first degree, puts you in jail for life.
I don't care.
You don't care now. Wait. This state of shock you're in will wear off. You'll care.
I wish you'd let me alone.
On the other hand, second degree or manslaughter or lesser charges, you could get a maximum of 10 years. Maybe as low as 3 or 4. Tell me, why did you kill him?
Why don't you let me alone?
This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
It's just past 11 o'clock, and it's time for the WIP Mystery Theater. Why don't you join us? Just sit back and relax, if you can.
Come in. Welcome. I am Tammy Grimes. Justice has been defined in many ways by philosophers, scholars, and lawyers. Caesar put it one way, Seneca another, Sophocles had his words, Mark Twain and Tom Jefferson had theirs, and Shakespeare's Portia, to whom I admit a keen kinship, after justice be always tempered with mercy. Such was not always the case concerning those Anton Chekhov described in his stories, particularly in the Mystery Theater's tale of today.
It is wrong for me to love you, Natasha. You are married, I am not. I should not have allowed our friendship to go this far.
And if I were not married?
But you are. And your husband is in exile here in Siberia.
Could you love me if I had no husband? If I were a widow?
How could that be? Unless he were to die.
Perhaps that could be arranged. Our mystery drama, The Boatman and the Devil, based on a story by Anton Chekhov, was adapted for the Mystery Theater by James Eyre Jr. It stars Alexander Scorby. I shall return shortly with Act 1.
Make life a little less irritating for someone on your Christmas list by getting a Remington electric shaver from True Value Hardware Stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest you save your favorite lady from the irritating nicks and cuts of a razor by giving her a Lady Remington shaver. Or for that special man on your list, choose a Remington men's electric shaver with handy trimmer. Right now, you can get the Lady Remington or men's electric shaver for just $19.99 each at participating True Value Hardware Stores and home centers. And tell them Pat Summerall sent you.
Well, when you cover your mouth with your hand every time you laugh, you just aren't showing much confidence in how your teeth look. I mean, mine were all tobacco stained until I got Topol.
Topol Smoker's Tooth Polish is a combination of polishing agents and a rich foaming cleanser, especially formulated to help remove ugly yellow tobacco stains. Yet laboratory research has proven Topol cleans gently enough to be used every day instead of regular toothpaste.
Topol made my teeth cleaner and brighter.
Topol Smoker's Tooth Polish, fluoride or mint. Edna, do you have the key? Oh, never mind. We forgot to lock the door.
I'll hang up the coats, Melvin.
Good girl.
Oop. Melvin. Take a look in the closet.
Edna.
Yes, Melvin.
There's a dog in the closet. Hiya.
Don't worry, it's me, McGruff, the crime dog.
He talks?
Of course. How else could I tell you not to leave your door unlocked?
Oh, you're McGruff, the crime dog.
Edna, you're talking to a dog.
I'll say it again. Lock your windows and doors, use a timer to turn lights on and off.
Oh.
And tell your neighbors to keep an eye on your house.
Good idea.
By the way, you got a neighborhood watch program?
Neighborhood watch? What's that?
That's where you and your neighbors learn how to protect each other and your neighborhood.
Oh.
But find out more. Write to McGruff, Box 6600, Rockville, Maryland, and help take a bite out of crime.
Edna, lock the door.
Gotcha.
A message from the Crime Prevention Coalition and the Ad Council.
Today we shall examine exile. From 15 to 50 years in some Siberian outland, deprived of family and friends, left alone to survive or die. One man in the Russia of 1890 is the boatman who conveys the convicted across the river from Russia to Siberia. In the boatman's hut are two exiles. One, obviously a man of position, asleep in a fur coat. The other very poor and younger, who warms his hands before the blazing logs. He is waiting to be ferried across the river by the boatman, whose name is Sasha. It is he who will tell our story.
Young man, you have just arrived. At this moment, you feel sorry for yourself because you believe you're innocent. That gentleman, lying there asleep in his fur coat, also believes he is innocent and doesn't belong here in Siberia. His name is Vasily. Count Vasily, I believe. What's yours?
My name is Radek.
And mine is Sasha. I'm the boatman. I advise you to get as close to the fire as you can. When I take you across the river, you will find it very cold there.
Sir, can a man be as well dressed as that man, Count Vasily, in a fur coat and still have committed a crime?
He has been found guilty and exiled. How old are you?
25.
What crime did you commit?
I stole nothing. I robbed no one. I hurt no one.
Whom did you offend?
The state and the judge.
Russia is not a country where one may call a spade, so to speak.
There are those in power, and then there are the rest of us. Powerless.
My boy, it has always been so.
My wife, my baby, my parents. I can't bear to live without them. I shall go mad.
You will not.
We had a happy life. And then I was unjustly accused of theft, of beating an old man. I broke out of jail and joined a movement of people. They told me there could be a better life. We all ended up in jail. In a worse life. Hardly a life at all.
You haven't even tasted it yet. You haven't crossed the river. As soon as the wind dies down, I shall row you across to be officially admitted at the post office at Girino.
Don't you understand, old man? I can't accept this exile.
How many thousands of times have I heard that? In a week, the river will have gone down, the weather will have warmed, and you will go wandering across Siberia, finding ways to amuse yourself.
Never. Never. I shall die first.
Oh, one doesn't die of loneliness. You will find a new life here. But I shall always be at this same place, living in this same hut, rowing back and forth across the river, as I have done for 20 years, day and night. White salmon and pike under the same water I float on.
Sasha, why don't we go now? The wind seems less. Are you waiting until he wakes up, our sleeping friend in his fur coat?
No, not at all. Let him sleep the whole night and day, so far as I'm concerned. You wish to be ferried across now, so be it. Gather your belongings and we'll go. Who knows how long Mr. Fur Coat will sleep. You, Roddick, start your new life. As the Chinese say, A journey of 1,000 leagues begins with the first step.
How can you see in the dark?
Experience. That enables everyone to see in the dark.
Sir, is it true that once I've made a life for myself here and found work and some way to live, I'll be permitted to have my family? My father is very ill now. My mother and wife promised if he should die, they'll come here if it's permitted.
What's the use of having a mother and wife here? It's all foolishness, brother. The devil is tormenting you.
The devil?
Row harder. There's a treacherous undertow. Yes, I mean it. The devil. Don't listen to him. Don't surrender to him. He whispers in your ear about women. Say to him, I don't want them. There's no life here in Siberia for a woman. The accursed devil talks about freedom. Say to him straight off, I don't want it.
I don't understand you. Not want freedom? I'm a young man.
And a foolish one. I'm telling you, the only way to exist as an outcast in Siberia is to want nothing. To torment yourself over nothing. Not father, no mother, no sweetheart, no wife, no children, house or home. I speak that loudly to the devil every day. I don't want anything. Curse your soul. Here's the shore. Follow that road where the sign points to Guillenot for 10 kilometers. You will arrive there. The government office and the post office is always open. Tell them you're here and to mark a check after your name.
Is that all I do?
You are like a man who has come to the moon. Everything is strange. It is uninhabitable. You must learn from those who live there how one exists. Find shelter, gains employment. Think of yourself as a lone pioneer. Here. And keep this bottle with me. Take a swig.
Oh, thank you. Oh, what a fine taste.
Brother, I am no peasant. I don't come from a class of slaves. I'm the son of a sexton. Years ago, when I was a free man in Kursk, I wore a frock coat. Now I brought myself to such a point that I can sleep naked on the earth and eat grass. It is wanting nothing that enables one to survive in Siberia. From the very first day they sent me here, would you believe it, I don't even remember my crime. From that day, I wanted nothing.
You had no family? You left no one behind?
As many as you and more. Radek, don't complain. Don't envy. Find some joy in every day. Accept your lot. That is the secret. Take, for instance, that Vasily.
Who?
Oh, Count Vasily likes to call himself wealthy, well-educated. The man we left snoring in front of my fire in his fur coat. He will not find peace either until he accepts completely the life he has to live. I'm going back across the river now, and I shall tell him that for the umpteenth time. But do you think he'll take my advice? I doubt it. Vasily, see, you're awake now.
Yes, I'm surprised you're back so soon, Sasha.
Tell me, you spending this entire night here in my hut, or do you expect me to ferry you back tonight?
Well, I've waited this long. I thought I'd wait a little longer. She said she'd write by the first post. She promised to.
Your wife could have addressed a letter to the Guillenot post office.
But she knows it saves the day if her letter from Moscow comes to the boatman. Is that young man you just took across? I suppose he's like all the others, isn't he?
I didn't think you were asleep, Vasily. He reminded me of you when you were first exiled to Siberia.
Of me?
Mm-hmm.
That boy hasn't 2 kopecks to rub together. I was a government official. I had money. If you remember correctly, I agreed with everything you told me, Sasha, and I made a life for myself here. I bought a house and some land. No more a life of pushing papers across a desk as I did in Moscow.
Yes, in the beginning you were fine. But your family had money.
I think I'll wait just one more day for her letter.
I'll go back to sleep then. I'll wake you in the morning.
Yes, when you walked in the door now, I was dreaming it was yesterday. Well, perhaps I shall return to that dream, huh?
You're letting the devil torture you.
I can't help myself. I can't.
Those dreams of the past. It was almost as if I was dreaming by his side. I knew Vasily's dreams so well. I warned him that to want money is only the beginning. His family had it, and so they could send it. Every month he would cross the river with me for a whole year. Every month. Always the same words.
Sasha, it's a long time since they sent me any money from home.
You don't need money, Vasily. What good is it? Throw all the past away. Forget it as though it never happened. Don't listen to the devil. He'll never bring you any good. He'll only tighten the noose.
Oh, it's to want to live well in a place the Almighty has forsaken. Is that dealing with the devil?
You are a prisoner, a convict. You have been convicted of a crime. One doesn't live well as a criminal. No, you want money. Every month you wait for your family to send more.
My crime was not that great. I forged my father's will so I wouldn't have to share with my brothers.
And those same brothers you tried to cheat are now sending you money.
Yes, I needed to live. I cannot live without money.
To live, a man needs only to be content and happy. And if you wish to be content in Siberia, you must learn not to want anything. You have to despise fate. Laugh in his face. Then fate will begin laughing at himself. It was like talking to the wind. Vasily would hear none of it. He would have money. He would have his wife and daughter. He would turn his Siberia into a heaven on earth. For 2 years this went on. For 2 years I ferried him to the Russian side of the river. And one day that man, that Vasily Sergeyevich, met me with laughter.
Oh, Sasha, it happened. Think of it, Sasha. She is coming. She is. I am going to Guillemot tomorrow. Would you believe it? To meet my wife. Oh, my Natasha. She has taken pity on me. She's come to live with me. Oh. She has forsaken the gay life of Moscow to live here in Siberia. Bad winters and all. And to be with me. She misses me. What do you think of that, Sasha?
You have a devoted wife, is what I said to him. But in my heart I knew. Wives and prisoners of the state. I knew it could not last.
Many have written about the Gulag. The outcasts of Russian society condemned to mark time until their sentence has been served, or they have not survived and died in their cages. But no one has illuminated it in the same fashion as Chekhov. What it takes to become used to this moonscape from which there is no escape. Our boatman will tell us more when I return shortly with Act 2.
I bought the charger by mail. The ad said it would save me a lot of gas. It did. Since I put it in, my car won't start.
They said I could make money stuffing envelopes at home. I'd like to give those envelope guys a licking.
If you shop by mail and don't get what you were promised, it could be mail fraud, and there are many different kinds, from products that don't work to worthless work-at-home schemes. If you're a victim or even suspect mail fraud, call your postal inspector. It's his job to keep the mail a nice way to shop.
The ad said I could lose 20 pounds a week painlessly. What I lost was $20, and that hurt a lot.
They said there were hundreds of dollars to be made working at home. They were right. I worked at home, and they made hundreds of dollars.
Remember, most of the time when you shop by mail, you do get what you were promised. But if you suspect mail fraud, call your local post office and ask for your postal inspector or
postmaster. Don't take getting taken. A public service announcement by this station and your postal service.
Mommy, I cut my hair. Oh, no. What did I do? Mommy, I'm bleeding.
Can you stop the bleeding? Can you clean the wound properly? What if he stops breathing? What if his heart stops too? How do you handle an emergency at home? Many of us panic when prompt action may be needed to save a life. If you'd like to learn what to do and how to do it before you're faced with an emergency, contact Red Cross. We'll help you learn how to prevent accidents. We'll teach you first aid, Red Cross CPR, family health and home care. Countless lives have been saved through safety and healthcare skills learned through Red Cross courses. And because of these skills, millions of Americans live safer, happier, healthier lives. Learn how to take better care of yourself and your family. Call Red Cross. We'll help. Will you?
The boatman, who ferries prisoners from Russia to Siberia, tried to soften the blows of this strange new existence to those who were about to enter this barren land. Sometimes he would talk to the new convicts in his hut before the fire. Sometimes during the long road to that land of the abandoned and forgotten. One prisoner, Vasily Sergeyevich, having served 2 years of his sentence for forgery, has persuaded his young wife and daughter to come live with him in Siberia. Sasha picks up the story.
The next day, Vasily arrived with his wife, a pretty young lady with a little girl in her arms, and lots of luggage, hat boxes and boxes of shoes. Vasily Sergeyevich was spinning about her like a top.
Natasha, this is my old friend, Sasha. She has made life bearable for me here. Sasha is the boatman, our only link with civilization. Sasha, this is my wife. This delightful, beautiful creature. Now, how often have I spoken of her, huh?
Yes, madam, he has often and glowingly.
And deservedly, too, eh? What? Imagine leaving the comforts of home and friends to spend goodness knows how much time in Siberia with her loving husband. But I shall make a home for her, the likes of which even Moscow cannot begin to equal. Eh, Sasha, huh?
Certainly, if anyone can transform this wilderness, it will be your husband, madam.
Oh, and my little one, whom I haven't seen since she was a babe in arms. Now, how are we going to transport all this luggage aboard this little skiff of yours, huh?
I shall make as many trips across the river as necessary.
Yeah, you see? Problems, solutions. Didn't I write to you, Natasha? Nothing but the best people here. People with heart, with love. Oh, you will enjoy yourself, I promise. Now, come. Let us all get aboard Sasha's ferry and make the first trip.
He was breathless with joy. I thought, all right, be happy today, Vasily. You won't always be showing such a happy face to the world. From that time on, he went every week to the post office to find out where the money was being sent from Russia. That wife of his, Natasha, needed a lot of money.
Vasily, will you please stop walking up and down the room?
Well, I'm only thinking, Natasha. Is there a special post on Saturdays, or do I have to wait until Monday?
You are making me very nervous, pacing up and down like that. I can barely make up my face. Oh, I hope this party you're giving, I don't know if, I hope that it's more amusing than the last two. The people here are so boring.
Oh, no, all new people. No, I promise you, they're all in government.
Well, I prefer artists.
Oh, my darling, we are meeting the best people, and they're all charmed by you.
I am not charmed by them. The people here have no manners. Haven't you noticed? And you, too. You have become somewhat crude and boring like the rest of them. How I long to meet just one gentleman, just one. I ask no more.
Oh, I have become crude and boring.
Yes, just like them. Oh, Vasily, you don't even realize it.
But Siberia...
I know. For others, it is a prison. But you assured me in your letters that for us it would not be. And we are paying for your indiscretion, Vasily. It's not fair. Every day to be surrounded by riffraff and barbarians.
No, that is not entirely so, Natasha. There are gentlemen here, and some of them have even invited you to go hunting.
But I am not interested in hunting. Besides, for a woman alone, it's not proper.
Well, government officials and commissars and their wives hunt. It is only we, and not you, but I, a prisoner, who may not carry a gun. Well, you went on the last hunt. I didn't hear any objections then. You acted as though you had a very good time.
You don't understand anything. Month after month, my child is longing for a proper education. I ask myself, why did I come to Siberia in the first place?
Well,
why?
I thought...
You thought what?
Well, never mind.
But I do mind. What were you going to say?
I thought you came here because you missed me and loved me and wished our little family to be together. But I can see I was mistaken. I am exiled not only from my country, but from everything that was once dear to me. Siberia is a cruel punishment. It does not fit the crime.
How long could a spoiled wife of a once wealthy man exiled to Siberia stand it here? Not very long. How could she? Clay soil on which nothing grows, cold water, cold weather, no vegetables, no fruit, and surrounded by ignorant people. So she found amusement where she could.
Forgive me, my princess. I could not come sooner.
Anton, where have you been? I've missed you so.
A commissar cannot always prescribe his hours. I have work responsibilities.
Anton, I hate this place. Even my little Anna knows how I feel. And although she loves her father and would do anything to remain here in Siberia with him, she knows it is not good for her. So we had a little talk, and I am going to take her home to Moscow. She is too young to stop learning.
Moscow? When?
At the first sign of spring, April or perhaps May. Now you will come too, won't you?
I cannot leave here. This is my post, my career, my future. I have no way of going to Moscow in the spring.
I am taking Anna to Moscow, and as soon as I am certain that she is installed in a good school and her uncle can take care of her, I may return.
And then what?
We shall see. If you are still interested, I will be with someone who can make Siberia bearable for me. And if not you, then someone else.
Crumbs of happiness. It's all wrong. You are married. I am not. I should not have allowed our friendship to go this far.
Would you feel that way if I were alone?
Alone?
If I had no husband? If I were a widow?
Then I would demand to be transferred to Moscow. I would pester them until they agreed. In Moscow we could be married. They like my work. I know I should be promoted. Natasha, would you marry me if you were a widow?
Yes, I would. I believe in you, Anton. So only one thing stands in our way.
Yes, only one thing.
Am I to remain the wife of an exile or his widow? Anton, you're an excellent shot. Remember those geese you shot down, one after the other, without scarcely taking aim? Tomorrow I shall tell Vasily that for her sake I am taking Anna back to Moscow. And perhaps, who knows, while I am away, a hunt is organized and accident happens, so that when I return, I find myself a widow.
A hunting accident. How long will you be away?
I can arrange almost anything. How much time do you need?
And did it happen exactly as it was planned? No, not exactly. Do you remember the young Roddick I took across the river some years ago? Well, he had become quite desperate. He saw no way of living out his sentence and never seeing his wife again. He came to me and told me of his plan.
To run away. As simple as that.
And you think they won't find you?
Well, I shall run quickly.
You have clothes enough?
Only what is on my back.
Food enough?
At night, if I'm near a farmhouse, I can steal food.
How did this change of mind come about?
Sasha, I can make no money. I can get no money. I have no place to which to bring my wife.
Not many have.
Vasily Sergeyevich has.
Well,
he could bring his wife and daughter to this frozen hell. For 3 years, they've been here with him. 3 whole years. I would give anything for my wife to visit me for just 1 day. 1 day only. And then she could go home. 1 visit would last me a whole year. Sasha, I have decided to suffer no longer.
What if they catch you? And they will catch you. Your clothes are ragged. You have no papers. Every citizen has papers. How many years was your sentence?
10. I cannot live for another 7.
A young, strong man like you?
Long ago, I stopped counting the days. I've begun to think of death.
You are 25.
I'm 28 now.
I was 25 when I first came here. I'm still twice your age. It is not Siberia that is making you ill. It is the devil.
Sasha, you have said all this to me before. I can find no work here. No place to live. I was born a peasant, but I educated myself. I learned to read books.
Then death is not for you. I tell you, Roddick, you can make a life for yourself here. Forget yesterdays. Live only for today.
I cannot.
Here. Take a mouthful from my bottle. It'll cheer you.
She was only 17. My Olga. When we married, I must see her once before I die.
You won't die. Dogs, why tomorrow, huh?
What's it? There's a hunt tomorrow. Ducks, geese, pheasants. I heard them talking about it. Vasily Sergeyevich was boasting he was going to be allowed to accompany the hunters. You see, he said to me what it means to have connections. I said to him, I was incredulous. They are giving you, a convict, a gun to shoot with? No, but they are trusting me to carry the gun.
Roddick, they will find you with their dogs.
Sasha, that's the beautiful part. The dogs will be hunting too. I shall hide in the trees, and when they're all occupied with shooting birds, I shall run as fast as I can.
The Lord be with you. I hope you will arrive at the place you wish to. Poor Roddick. He never left the forest alive. He was shot by accident by one of the government men. One called Anton. He said he thought the movement behind a tree was a deer. That it never occurred to him it could be an escaping convict.
Anton? You're back? I had no idea you would return to Moscow so soon. I didn't go. Anna became ill. Is that the man you shot they're burying? It was an accident. The wrong accident. Vasily told me all about it. He was standing quite near when you shot the wrong man. I shouldn't have even dreamed of doing it. This innocent boy is dead now. They said he was escaping. Did you shoot the wrong man on purpose? I don't know what I did. It was all so sudden. It was wicked to even plan such a thing. How could we have lived together with your husband's death on our conscience? That boy died so that Vasily could live. We must never forget that. Now, let us bow our heads as they lower the coffin into the grave.
The horror of these dead souls. One cannot help wondering, is this happening today? Stories of injustice finally filter through the darkness and we hear of them. Sane men who are placed in institutions for the mad. Those who disappear and are never heard from again. And our story is based on an account published 120 years ago. History repeats itself again and again. I shall return shortly with Act 3.
Serial introduces Mr. Buster Crabbe, film actor and author of Buster Crabbe's arthritis exercise book.
I wrote a book on relieving arthritis pain, and I recommend Icy Hot Cream in the tube. Rub it on. Icy Hot's penetrating warmth reaches way down inside to help relieve minor pain, while a feeling of coolness soothes your skin. I'm convinced that greaseless Icy Hot Cream will give you fast, effective relief that lasts for hours.
Use only as directed.
This is Gene King for your Better Business Bureau. If you receive merchandise in the mail that you didn't order, then you can keep it and consider it as a free gift. Under the law, you don't have to pay for it, and it's illegal for the company to bid you. Only clearly marked free samples and merchandise mailed by charitable groups asking for a contribution can be mailed to you in the first place without your prior consent. And even in these cases, you can consider the merchandise as a gift. A tip from your Better Business Bureau.
The following is presented by the National Urban League.
You know, Alan, when you walked in here and said, I want to be a salesman, I wouldn't have bet a plug nickel you could make it. Sales takes hard work and tenacity and guts. Well, I just didn't think a black man could measure up.
Too often in today's society, people are judged solely by the color of their skin rather than by what they can do. But when people are given a chance to make something of themselves, there's no limit to what they can do.
And now here you are, our newest district manager. What do you say to that?
All I ever needed was a chance. Everybody deserves a chance to make it on their own, regardless of race, creed, color, or sex. The Urban League is dedicated to achieving that, and you can help by opening your heart and your mind and giving someone that chance. To find out exactly what you can do, write National Urban League, 500 East 62nd Street, New York, New York, 10021. A public service message of this station, the Urban League, and the Advertising Council.
The Mystery Theater's third act curtain rises on a tale familiar to many writers, some who themselves experienced exile in Siberia. We have used Chekhov's account written in 1892 because we hope by 1992 that such bestiality towards man will be forgotten history. Our spokesman is Sasha, the boatman, the link between freedom and living death. He himself is in exile. 50? 60? No one quite knows. And strangely enough, he has forgotten whether he has served out his sentence. For he has remade his life here in Siberia.
I stand in a corner of the yard where the dead are placed. It is so cold they cannot dig very deep. Anton, the man in love with a prisoner's wife, has shot and killed the young man who lies in that coffin. From the distance, the bell of death.
Coward! You stupid coward! I should have known.
Natasha, I ask you to observe the ceremony and contain yourself.
Coward! 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 You shot the man on purpose. You couldn't bring yourself to do away with that lady. You're all words. I've wasted my love on you.
Natasha, for the Lord's sake, stop whispering to me. There's a burial going on. Someone will see you. They will suspect someone.
You're not only a coward, but a fool. That silly still lives. My daughter Anna refuses to go to school in Moscow and leave her father. My life is all upside down. Yours goes on as if nothing has happened and nothing has touched you. I was a fool to think that you could free me.
Please let me explain all this to you later.
There's nothing to explain, coward. I never want to see you again.
I
I thought of Radek, the poor boy, who meant no harm to anyone, who was caught in a chain of circumstances and now would never see his Olga or his mother or his cherished province of Sibirsk. 6 months later, a troika drove up outside my hut, and the driver just sat there. I spoke to him, but he said nothing. Someone had hired him, and he was waiting. And then there was some shouting from the other bank.
You! Anyone! Boatman! We wish to get across!
Well, I brought them across. It was Anton. Even though it was dark, I recognized him with his tortoiseshell glasses. There was a lady with him all bundled up, but I recognized her, too. They had some luggage, not much. They got into the troika, and that was the last I ever saw of them. The next morning, guess who was shouting to be ferried across? Vasily Sergeyevich on his best horse.
Is this as fast as you can move this old tub across?
Vasily, you have a horse that's quite a weight as well.
You helped them get across, didn't you? They could have only come this way.
Who?
My wife. And the young gentleman with the spectacles.
Yes, I brought them across last night.
And the boxes and cases?
They had some luggage, yes.
No, you should have told me. It would have been nothing for you to row across and find me and tell me my wife had run away.
Oh, Vasily, be sensible. How would I know such a thing? I had no idea she was running away. You sure?
Yes, I am sure.
Oh, what of your daughter, Anna?
Anna is still with me, thank the Lord. What happened when they got to the other side, huh?
Oh, they were whisked off in a troika.
Well, I shall find them. I have a fast horse. I shall bring her back with me.
5 days and nights he chased after his wife. Of course, he didn't find her.
I won't rest. I won't. I will have her back. I will have my freedom. I must. Who do I see to beg for my freedom?
Well, you know all the influential people in Kirillov. You entertained them at your house. Whom do I know?
They are all leechers and traitors. Is there an honest official among them?
Go speak to Pyotr Vishnevsky. Tell him you're an old friend of Sasha's. He may help. Summers and winters passed. Don't ask me how many. Time expands and compresses in this wilderness. But I remember standing in the post office one day. The door was open. I walked into an office, and there was Pyotr Vishnevsky.
Sasha, your beard has grown quite white.
You're bald as a hen's egg. Good to see you after all this time. You're still in the customs office, huh?
Oh, they have made me the chief.
Congratulations.
Sasha, surely you must have served your sentence by this time.
Yes, I probably have, but where would I go? Most of my life has been lived here. What would I go back to? I can hardly remember what I did before I became the boatman.
You know that man you sent me 8 years ago, that's Vasily Sergeyevich?
Oh, Vasily, yes. I haven't seen him and I don't know how long. He never comes across the river.
He has sold his land, mortgaged his house. Today, if you saw him, Sasha, you would not recognize the man.
Yeah. He wouldn't listen to me. He let the devil get the best of him.
If it were not for his daughter, he would have died already of heartbreak. I'm sure of this.
I should go see him. Where does he live?
The last address I had for him was over in the public stables where the authorities keep their horses. I had pity on him and his daughter and made an apartment up there for him. Go see him. His daughter Anna has grown to be quite a beautiful girl. You see them everywhere together.
Well, perhaps on Sunday when I have half a day off. Good morning, Vasily Sergeyevich.
Yes? Who is it? I can't see very well. Anna, do you see the gentleman?
It is a gentleman with a white beard. You think I know him?
Yes, I do.
You are Anna.
Yes, you are Sasha. Yes, you used to ferry the boat across the river into Siberia.
Oh, I still do.
Sasha. Did you say Sasha? Oh, my goodness. How long has it been? Of course, I never cross the river anymore. We very simply, Anna and I, you know my daughter Anna.
I would have recognized her anywhere.
Oh, how would you have recognized her? She was a little one in those days.
I was very little when you met me first, but I'm 18 now.
Sasha, do you still talk about the devil?
Sometimes, yes.
Well, for a man who knows as much as you were very wrong.
Was he really, Papa?
Well, weren't you, Sasha? Come. You're among friends. Come, confess it.
What do you want me to say?
And I am the proof you were wrong. After everything is said and done, I am the living proof that people can live in Siberia. That even in Siberia, there is happiness. Look at her. Anna. There she stands.
Oh, Papa.
She takes good care of you. We are counting the months now. Little less than a year and my sentence is over. We're full of plans, my little Anna and I. One more winter and that will be it.
Piotr, I saw him. I saw them both.
Vasily and Anna?
Yes, he speaks of life after Siberia. He's older than I and she's 18. What happiness can she have with her father now? He loves her and finds consolation.
Well, like any father who regains his lost youth through his daughter.
What she wants is caresses and laughter and perfumes. Isn't that so, Piotr?
A normal girl.
It won't last. It cannot last. It won't even begin. I didn't realize how prophetic my words could be. I didn't see them then for months at a time. The frost was beginning, the signal of a very hard winter. The ice forming on the river. What happened, Vasily?
What do you mean?
Oh, here it is, winter already. It was last spring, remember? Saw you and Anna outside the church. She was so happy and dancing about. Reminded me so of her mother. Well, the whole summer has passed. You said you'd pay me a visit.
Things have not gone as well as I'd hoped. I have been troubled. We have both been troubled.
Yeah, I could have told you.
You know nothing.
No, let us not quarrel. I've heard of your sorrow. I don't wish to add to it.
You said you could have told me. What did you mean?
I could not have foreseen everything, but some things, yes.
Sasha, are you saying to me what happened was because of the life here in Siberia?
Did you know I came to your door often and knocked, and no one would open the door?
I ran everywhere to find doctors. I could have been out when you knocked.
Well, my friend Piotr told me. He said Anna withered and wasted away until she was too weak to stand on her feet.
It happened almost overnight. I spent a fortune on doctors. They all shook their heads. They could do nothing.
Yeah, consumption, I know. That's your Siberian happiness for you. No fruits, no vegetables, no sunshine, no life. You kept her in prison with you as you tried to keep her mother. That must be it, the load I'm supposed to row back to the other side. Four men carrying it.
Yes, Anna's coffin. I will ride across with you.
Oh, forgive me. I had no idea. They told me there would be a load to carry across the river. I had no idea it was her. What will you do, Vasily?
I'm taking Anna to Moscow.
And then?
Nothing. My life is over.
Vasily, we're both of the same age. Come back. Be a boatman with me. It's a healthy outdoor life. We could live to be 100. I have a cousin in the Urals who is 125. I could come back. You could help those who are making this passage for the first time. We will share life, you and I. We will not let the devil rule us. We will rule him.
Let me think about it, Sasa. You may be right. But I may not have the strength to return.
I never saw Vasily Sergeyevich again. And did he do away with himself from grief? Did he run away? Why did he not return here? Some men are difficult to understand.
Today, when I introduced our production of The Boatman and the Devil, I pondered a little bit upon justice and judgment. I wondered then, and I still do, whether justice, a man-made law of order, can ever exist in a form acceptable to everyone. Putting it in our terms, is it because, as someone has said, no one understands a policeman because no one understands the Bill of Rights? I shall return shortly.
This is Jason Robards for the National Council on Alcoholism.
I'm Jason Robards, and I'm alcoholic. There was a whole world out there that applauded me as a success. So how could I be alcoholic? I thought only losers became alcoholics. Then I found out alcoholism is a disease. And my wife convinced me that drinking for me was like committing suicide. I got the facts and got into a program to stop drinking, and I don't drink anymore. Now I really know what success is all about. Not just with my career, but with my wife, my children, and my life.
Get help like Jason Robards got. If you or someone you love has a drinking problem, call the National Council on Alcoholism in your area.
I'm living proof you don't have to die for a drink.
A public service message in cooperation with the Advertising Council.
A postscript about the boatman, whom I'm sure many have already likened to Charon, the ferryman of the dead, guiding their bodies across the river Styx. For the fare of one silver piece, Charon would ferry his soul to eternity. Surely, man could do better than bring others to eternal death, the death of places like Siberia. Were my opinion to be asked, I would banish forever exile. Our cast included Alexander Scorby, Marion Seldes, Russell Horton, and Earl Hammond. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. And now a preview of our next tale.
Thank you for the coffee.
You're very welcome. Come back sometime.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Why did you ask him to come back?
I don't know. He looks so unhappy, so haunted.
So screwy is more like it.
Look, he's coming back. He's turned around and he's coming back.
Good Lord.
Don't be mean to him, Charles. Please don't be mean to him.
I won't. Forget something? Please, don't make me leave. Don't make me go away. I have to stay here. It's important. Believe me, it's very, very important that I should stay here.
This is Sammy Grimes, inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in our garb. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
This is Nat Wright. Stay tuned for a special presentation of the John Lennon story, which will follow the midnight news. This is WIP, Metro Media Radio, in Philadelphia.
An accident tonight.